Come on, Instagram, stop playing games, man. All right, there we go. We in there. Hit live on Instagram. Instagram is not cooperating. But anyway, hold on. Let me see if Instagram working. Instagram's finally working. All right, so let me hit go live. Instagram is hard-headed. Thank you, man. Welcome back to Man Down Sports, man. As you can see from the thumbnail, we're going to start with Anthony Edwards. We got a lot to talk about. You can see the rundown over to your right or your left. I don't know. It's to my left. I think it's to everybody that's watching is right. But, rundown.
Right.
Full show, man. Full panel. Live call-ins. All that good stuff, man. Everybody, while you coming in, definitely hit the like button, especially if you're on YouTube. Hit the like button on YouTube. Hit the share button. And then go ahead and hit us in the comment section real quick so we can see who up in here, man. Let me know where y'all watching from. And then don't forget hit the share button, man.
And
DC
that like
Slam,
button.
What's up?
What up,
DC
Slim?
Slam in the house. Yeah.
Slam, what up?
Yeah. So we got a full show, man. And Eric is here, Chris here, Jay here, Zoe here. I'm here. This is gonna be the norm for Fridays, man. You go get the full panel Fridays. We got NFL, we got NBA. We got to get in all that stuff, man. It's going to be a good episode, man. Stick around to the end. Definitely, we got members. What's the members now? Let's shout out the members, though.
Oh, we got to shout out 2 new members, Savon Arnold and Mikey Brass for getting that Man Down Sports membership, man. Y'all get the membership. We're going to do exclusive content, some giveaways. Definitely want to be a part of that. So go ahead and go to our YouTube page and select. We got 3 different options for the membership. Go ahead and get on that, man. Y'all know y'all rocking with us, so go ahead and do that.
Shaq in the house. Shaq in here, man.
What they say? What up, Joe?
What up, Joe? What up, folks?
Yeah. Now you might be old school with that. They calling people goofies now and and all types of other stuff. Yeah. So it's a little different out there in the shot now. Yeah, man.
Stay safe.
He said, don't forget about then grandmama joints. Oh man, that's my man that told me. Yeah. I gotta you see me with the Charlotte Hornets joint on. Yeah, I gotta find them grandmamas, Jay. He said I gotta put some shoes back there.
Oh nah. Hey,
he said,
man. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you some, yo.
Some grandmamas. All right. Hey man, share this feed to everybody, man. We're gonna get started, man. But I guess the first topic we'll start with is Anthony Edwards, right? So I've been on Anthony Edwards train since last year, maybe. I always liked him. I always liked him as a rookie, or even when he was playing at Georgia. I always liked him. I knew
you did what though?
I knew he was gonna be something to be reckoned with, right? But now it finally seems like the media is catching on to it, and I'm gonna show you how I had it about a month ago when I did my last MVP poll. I had Anthony Edwards at number 5. There's no way you can have the top rated defense in the league and be averaging 26, 5 and 5, be elite on both ends, had the second best record in the league, and not even be in the MVP voting, right? Or in the discussion, right? So I did a video on that. Nobody watched it, of course, because everybody just want to watch Jordan, Kobe, and Mike stuff. So nobody watched that video. But now the ESPN people are catching on board, man. So here's what they're saying about Ant Edwards.
I want you to take a look at this dunk by Anthony Edwards. Throws it off the backboard to himself. Stephen, I know you're a very tough judge of dunks. How do you feel about this one?
It was nice. It was spectacular in real time. But let me say this, y'all. I need my boys to listen to me. I need you to listen to me, Christina, because regardless of what people want to think because of my presentation and delivery, my boy CC, I see you right there, big boy. Here's the deal, y'all. I don't really engage in hyperbole nearly as much as I engage in fact. This brother is something special.
Yes,
he is something special. He brings out the dog in the rest of their team. Let me tell you something right now. He is rapidly evolving into my favorite player in the NBA. He's got an NBA body. He's a man-child. He's a Skywalker. He's got game. He's got heart. Listen to what I'm saying to you on national television. Right now, when I see Anthony Edwards, I see in the making Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant, MJ, Michael Jordan. I see. Listen, y'all know how I hate cold weather. I'll fly to Minnesota to see that brother. He is box office. Anthony Edwards. You hear what I'm saying to y'all? He is special. He ain't there yet in terms of the names I mentioned, but he's coming. And he is box office worthy of walking through the turnstiles to see that brother play. He is a showstopper. I want the NBA to put the Minnesota Timberwolves on national television even more.
Box office comparisons to Vince Carter, Kobe, Mike.
Great.
What's your thoughts?
He been this, man. Like he been doing this. This is nothing new. They just got on board. Anthony Edwards has been spectacular box office. Of course, he's not the greats, the Vince, the MJs yet. But the potential is there, and he has been doing this since he played at Georgia. He played 1 year at Georgia under Tom Crean, and he was the guy on the team, obviously, which is why he was the number one pick. Athleticism, the jump shot constantly improving, handles constantly improving. He can get to the cup. He finished at the rim, above the rim, over people. We've seen all of that. He's been doing this. I'm just wondering what took them so long to catch on.
I guess they needed permission. I mean, they was still on the LUKA hype train. I think he already better than Vince, to be honest with you. I think he already better than Vince.
Vince Carter?
Yes. Already better than Vince.
As far as
I think
basketball.
I'm not
as far as basketball.
I'm not gonna argue with that. Actually, I'm not gonna argue with that. And here's why: the kid can play. I think that they have tunnel vision on who they want to promote and put out, and want to be the face of the league, face of the team, face of whatever.
Facts.
And I think when he first got to the league, he just kept his head down. You didn't really see his personality, or is he marketable? Like, in order to be the face of something, not only do you have to be able to ball, you have to be marketable. And I think that over the summer and the little FIBA games, when he had that USA JV team on his back, they was like, nah, not only can he ball, like he has personality, and he was the heart and soul of the team as well. So I think they 2 years late to the Anthony Ant-Man train. Pause.
This the thing I don't like about NBA media is how dumb do they think the fans are, man? Like, we can look at basketball and see who's good and who's great and who's not good and who's overrated. We can look at that. You don't have to commentate and tell us all of that stuff, right? You don't have to.
You think they're marketing basketball to? I mean, you think they're marketing NBA to people who like basketball? They're not. That's not the target audience anymore. They have that. The target audience. Remember, they had that little superhero game or whatever where they was doing special effects. They're trying to get average people and the TikTok people and the kids or whatever. So, in a popularity contest right now, the average 19-year-old kid would take LaMelo Ball over Ant-Man any day, just because it's a name and a face that they know, and he has personality. It has nothing to do with talent on the court. But now they say that, hold on, this kid has the talent on the court, and he's just as personable and has the personality and the marketability as a LaMelo Ball and these other guys. So now now they're gonna oversaturate you with this guy. They still want your Lukas and all that to be the face, because they're trying to get the international dollars. They're just really trying to save the league, man. And the only way you can save the league is put more eyes to the sport.
On the real sport, not that freaking social media. We go force feed you who we want to market and all that.
They don't care.
I think now they got to revert back and get back to real basketball. No, and they got to start marketing real basketball players, man.
I think they feel like that once they get the eyes, they can show you real basketball. But they can't show you basketball until they get the eyes, because worldwide, listen, honest to God, worldwide basketball is considered a black sport. And with it being a black sport, by and large, Europeans don't really want nothing to do with it, as far as it being the sport of America. I mean, just look at the
NFL. Nah. I ain't with that one.
No, listen.
I ain't with that one.
Listen, because we love basketball. We grew up playing basketball and all that. But
that's tough.
So remember, these people ain't dead. Like,
but when you look in the stadiums though, when you look in the audience and you look, it's a mixed crowd. It's a lot of different people. And remember, this thing is getting pushed global more than any other sport.
People that's enjoying the sport, when you look on the court, if there's 15 people in uniform,
playing, not no, the spectators or the consumer, so to say. You mean like the actual players? Now that's true. That's definitely true, especially here.
So you got to think about it. So if you don't, if you got a 12-year-old son and he has no chance of that, you're going to try to steer him to baseball or football or something else. You dig what I'm saying? So your focus. So again, the basketball is the least important part of the business model of selling the NBA.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. But you ended it with something true, but the premise was different. But I'm gonna let Chris and Eric get in real quick though. Here's Kendrick Perkins, because it's all over ESPN. It's very funny how they all were all on Luka and all on these other players, and all of a sudden now they shift the same exact day. Like they all shifted the same exact day. Here's them talking about him on another show.
With the season of averaging 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, but Austin, you played with him. You had a front row seat to all of this. What surprised you, the leap that he's taken from last year to this?
Nothing. When he talks about nobody can guard him, he means that. He has unflinching, unwavering confidence. You can't teach that. There's stars, and then there's stars who have an aura about them, and he just radiates it. He has positivity. His players like playing with him. He controls the locker room. Look what we talked about it yesterday, his relationship with Rudy, what he's been able to do with Carl. Mm-hmm. This guy demands that respect, and he's going out there now and doing it every single night. He is on his best nights, and how he's playing right now, the best guard in the NBA. Yes, I said that. He's a bad man, two-way player, 3-level scorer, clutch, can finish at the basket, mid-range, shoot the long ball, off the dribble or catch and shoot, everything.
Let me just add on to it. I said it yesterday, and I'm going to stand on it. He's the future face of the NBA. Don't come giving me this. He's in Minnesota, small market. No, the market need to follow him. He's in Minnesota. Damn it, that's what we need to be. When it comes down to it, man, it's certain players that you play with that give you that certain type of swagger. You talked about Karl Anthony Towns. Jimmy Butler couldn't pull it out of him. Yep. You talked about Rudy. Donovan Mitchell couldn't pull that out of him. And what ended up happening is he leads by example, meaning the way that he addresses his press conferences, the way that he puts in the work, the way that he competes on the defensive side of things, and his swagger. So if you don't follow him, then all of a sudden you're going to be, poking out like a sore thumb.
Is he the best guard in the league? Like Doc Rivers' son, I forgot his name. Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers said he the best guard in the league. That's a huge shift.
That's a hard statement.
Okay, tell me
why. Hold on. But
I'm still trying to figure out how he's better than Vince. Vince Sanity, half man, half amazing. Have you forgot?
Well, I agree with what Mel said as far as like the whole basketball as a whole. He's probably got a better game than Vince. But for me, like I'm not ready to give just straight up dunking as him better than Vince.
No, you know what I'm saying? He's better than Vince, bro.
But
he's better than Vince.
I think the simple answer to what the question was earlier for me that everybody's just glossing over as to why now everybody is riding the hype of Anthony Edwards is because of the simple fact that now the Timberwolves are winning.
Yeah, but they've been winning since the second week of the season. They've been number 1 or number 2 with Boston since the beginning of the season. So when
in the beginning of the season,
when they was 15 games in, while they wasn't on the hype train, while they was on LUKA, while he was in the 8th seed or the 7th seed.
In the beginning,
well, they just won
you
the
always see somebody, that starts strong, and you can't take the first couple of weeks at face value. We're now in the middle of the season. We're 40 games in now. And Minnesota, and Minnesota is steadfast at number 1 in the West. Now it's like, oh man, these boys, and I get it. We're basketball minds, but to those who aren't as more basketball inclined, it really is about like, okay, well now these boys are winning, and they've been winning for a long time now. We're 40 games in, 42 games in. Now it's like, oh man, why are they winning? Then boom, now you go see the tape of Anthony Edwards throwing it off the glass or posterizing two of the games. He has been doing that, but again, they haven't been winning.
It ain't got nothing to do with when they have been winning. They was in the playoffs last year.
It has nothing to do with basketball at all. The execs, the numbers came back, man. Hey, he's must-see TV. He's
either that, but this is the reason why they wasn't on him before. It's the numbers. He's only averaging 26 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. The people that they think are doing amazing stuff is averaging 38 and 8. They're never. It's all about stats. Now 38 and 8 is okay. You got 4 more points than Edwards. You got 3 more assists, 3 more rebounds. But the thing is, he's got 2 things that people like LUKA don't have: number 1 record in the West, and elite defense on the defensive end. He's got those 2 things, which matter to me more than those extra 3 rebounds, extra 3 assists, and those extra 4 points.
Well, that's because you a basketball. Chris said, to Chris's point, you a basketball mind, so you can see things like that, and I can say, okay, you're 38 and 8 with a play-in seed doesn't make or break anything. You in the play-in. Those numbers
gonna get off LeBron.
Oh yeah, he's never gonna get. He's not. That's the funny part, and we know it. But yeah, man. Like at the end of the day, you a basketball mind. ESPN is full of people, or I should say, mainstream media is full of people. A ton of people who aren't real basketball minds. Number 1, and number 2, they gonna do whatever master tell them to do, boss. That's what's going to end up happening. So the end of the day, if they say, I don't care that Anthony Edwards is leading a team with 2 other dudes who's been in the All-Star game with Cat and Rudy Gobert, and he's leading them to a number 1 seed in the Western Conference, with the team who won it all last year is in the Western Conference. That he's leading them. We don't care. LUKA had a triple-double last night. Yes, they got smacked by 30. But he had a triple-double last night. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about this amazing pass that somebody else didn't get any attention. Let's talk about Trae Young being the 3rd fastest person to 10K, but when LUKA did it, they had fanfare galore. Like
they're damn near balloons.
Talk about. They're gonna give him a birthday cake and everything for that. But when somebody else is doing it, until they begin to start winning games and saying, "Oh, this may be lucrative for us," to Jay's point, they ain't got nothing to do with the business model. It ain't got nothing to do with basketball. Ant been doing this. He's been doing this, but now it's profitable for the NBA, so they gonna talk about it.
To your question earlier, though, I've just seen too much from Devin Booker and Kyrie Irving to put Anthony Edwards above them yet.
Number 1, okay.
It's the defensive end of the court, though. He's elite on the defensive end, man. That's it. Like if offense is 50% of basketball and defense is 50%, and you're elite at both, then you are 100% player.
360.
Kyrie is good. He's a good defender. He's not elite. And Devin Booker is a really good defender. He's not elite. So that means
I think Devin Booker might be elite on defense.
No, he's not elite. He's good. He's good. Devin Booker can play good defense. Edwards can shut people down. I'm comfortable putting Edwards on LeBron, on LUKA, and saying, stop them. You know what I mean? I'm not comfortable doing that with Booker because Booker go do some stupid, silly stuff. You know what I mean? But he can turn it on when he can turn it on.
That's low-key a mismatch. I mean,
he gonna do what to LeBron? He gonna shut down LeBron?
Oh, he'll do a daggone good job on. I mean, I've seen Ben Simmons do a fabulous job on LeBron, man. Come on, man.
Hey, hold on. Hey, let's
name the game where he shut down LeBron.
Hey, hold on. Let's not act like Kevin Durant had him switching off to go guard Steph for 2 years in a row. let's not forget that. It's easy to defend LeBron.
Who shut down LeBron? That's what I want to know.
Kevin Durant, Wayne Durant.
Anybody going under the screen?
Pick your finals. the first one or the second one.
And Mel said anybody going under the screen.
Ain't nobody shut down no damn LeBron.
What it boiled down to, and Mel, you made a good point. When we tend to think of who's better than who, you really think about the offensive end of the basketball court.
Ooh. That was a good comment. That was a good comment. That was a good comment.
Touche, Slim. But we oftentimes think about the offensive end. If somebody has an offense that caters to your style more, that you like, I like. Take Kyrie Irving. His offense is crazy. You know what I mean? So you may put him ahead of a player who has less offense, but we didn't take into account what can they do on the defensive end, like in the flow of the game, and if those two players were playing one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? So when you say who's better than somebody, stats is probably the last thing you really need to look at.
Yeah. I mean, you use the stats to validate what you just saw with your eyes, but even then, I'm not saying that everybody who's a two-way player is going to be better than that elite offensive player, because sometimes the gap that's created between the offensive player is so huge that it don't matter if you're a two-way player or not. Like say for instance, Kyrie Irving or against a player like Lou Dort. Lou Dort's a two-way player. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to put him ahead of Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving offense is so crazy, man. So
especially compared to Lou Dort. No offense to Lou Dort. Shout out to Lou Dort. I like Lou Dort.
Right.
But yeah, that makes sense though, Mel. That makes sense. The gap between his offensive game, like if you compare their offense to each other, Kyrie's is so much more evolved that you can't put guys like Lou Dort ahead of him, even though Lou Dort does play both ends of the court very well.
I'm gonna let Eric get the last word before we open the phone lines up.
Go ahead, E.
Hey man, I'm still trying to find out who shut down LeBron.
Dude, they just told you: JJ Barrera, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry.
Yeah,
17 points a game in the finals on the biggest stage.
Hannibal said KD literally held him at 27% field goal. So I mean, that would constitute getting shut down.
Wow. Okay, that's where we're going. Okay, y'all go ahead.
And every night he come to defend LeBron's honor, man. But here's some more things on Ant before we open the phone lines up, man. He's got his team rated #1 defense, and he's the leader of that defense with not Eddie Gobert, but Rudy Gobert protecting the rim. He's the leader on the perimeter, right? They got the second best record in the league behind Boston. I mean, they've went head to head with a lot of so-called MVP candidates, including Luka, and they come out victorious, man. The dude is playing some good basketball, man, hands down. And when it comes to MVPs, that's my little triangulation method right there. Team success is important, but offense and defensive value is very important as well, man. So I don't look away from that. So what we're gonna do is open the phone lines up. We're gonna let y'all come in and weigh in on what y'all think about this whole thing. And before y'all call in, we'll call in now, but I'm gonna say this last thing. It's very interesting how when someone on ESPN like Stephen A. Smith says that Ant-Man is the next MJ or Kobe, how they just go straight past LeBron. How come it ain't the next LeBron? Like if we're talking about somebody that's going into the elite range, why did you bring up the names of Kobe and MJ and not LeBron? That's a very good question.
Well, to answer that question real quick, I think it has more to do with play style, because no one would argue that Vince Carter is better than LeBron, except for maybe DC Slim, but nobody else will.
That still don't answer the question.
Play style. That was the answer. I actually answered the question and then gave
you said play style. What's the play style? I don't understand. What's the play style? Who has the play style of LeBron? Who has been compared to LeBron? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Man,
I heard a guy compare him to Kane not too long ago.
Yeah, but Kane didn't play ball. He threw him, so he threw rocks. He threw balls. I'm going somewhere with it. I'm trying to figure out what the play style is, and why is Ant-Man compared to Kobe and Mike, and why nobody is compared to LeBron.
Elite two-way guard that's ultra athletic, and can get to the cup at will and mid-range game. It's just that his game would remind you more of Vince, Kobe, or Mike than it would LeBron.
Because he's playing both ends.
He's not only that. I would say yes to answer that question, but not only that, but also because he's his offensive package pause is
yeah.
From that same
I see where you're trying to go with. I'm gonna help you get there, but shout out to Mikey Brass, man. That's he's actually our first member on the channel, man. Shout out to him. They said Ben Simmons was supposed to be the last LeBron. They did say that. A guy who's a big forward that plays point forward, who's very athletic and can get to the hole and who can pass. That's the model. That's a good point, Mikey Brass. That's the model for LeBron. Somebody who gets to the hole, somebody who's big, somebody who's a forward, plays point forward and can pass. Not necessarily playing both ends of the floor, not necessarily being able to shoot anything like that, but anybody who can actually shoot and play both ends of the floor and is athletic, they compare to Mike and Kobe, right? So
I've heard the LeBron comparison to if you're looking for another legend, they would say more Magic than Mike.
Another guy not known for his shooting, known for passing and being big. Known for passing and being big. So that's the model.
Big ball handler, pause.
Yeah, big yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna say that part again.
Again, y'all are giving basketball answers because we are basketball minds. The other answer for the non-basketball mind inclined is that by saying that Ant would be the next LeBron is to write off LeBron while he's currently still playing, which LeBron still being the face of the league, somewhat kind of, right? And still playing at a somewhat elite level when he was supposed to, they're not ready to write him off until his time is actually done. You get what I'm saying? So to label him the next, Kobe, somewhat elite. So Kobe is retired, Mike is retired, Magic is retired. Those are okay names to compare to because there's nothing they can't come back and whatever.
That's not true because they ain't had no problem comparing Ben Simmons and Luka to LeBron. Call on the line, Rod from Georgia. What's up, big dog?
Rod, hey, what's happening? I tried to compare LeBron to Magic. I heard somebody say today, which I had to rethink it myself. They wouldn't mention the two in the same breath. I'll say, come on, man. I ain't no LeBron fan, but you got to get a man some props. I do like his decision making like Magic and his passing ability like Magic. Everything else, yeah, I don't even think his defense is on Magic level. Matter of fact, I know it ain't. But but I give him that. But didn't one time, going back to what y'all was saying earlier, didn't somebody compare to Zion coming in the league to LeBron at one time?
Yeah, somebody did. They tried it.
Yeah, and the fans tried it. I think that was just fanfare. The buzz you created in high school going into the pros, like the next whatever that was supposed to be.
Right, yeah. So the LeBron model is big, athletic, fast, strong, just all athleticism, and if you can pass, that's the LeBron model. That's an easy model to fit into. It is.
That's a real easy model to fit into.
And some players could do that. It ain't as big as LeBron. They could make decisions and make great passes.
Right. Yeah. Good call, Rob. Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it, Rob.
I appreciate it. Y'all do your thing.
All right. Michael Brad said they said Kobe was the next Mike while Mike was still playing. They sure did. And like I said,
Kobe was the next Mike.
Well, we don't act like they can say Harold Miner and J.R. Ryder was the next MJ too.
They didn't. Well, not J.R. Ryder, but definitely Harold Miner. Harold Miner, Stackhouse, Vince Carter, Kobe, all of them. Only Kobe really lived up to it. All the other ones, they only lasted for about 6 games.
Didn't they say Grant Hill too?
No. Grant Hill is one of one. You'll never see anything like that again.
They didn't know. They didn't have a label for what he was about to be.
I hate he got injured, man, because, the trajectory his career was on, bro, if he'd have stayed healthy.
He cooked everybody, including Mike, too, by the way.
Mike and Scotty. You know what's crazy is moving into the modern or the more modern NBA. Mm-hmm. The crossover had everybody in a headache. Like Mike,
they didn't understand.
Figure it out.
Even Gary Payton, Jay Will was in basketball. It took them about 3 years to figure that crossover out.
To figure out how to defend it, how the team defend it. Like, everybody was getting cooked by it. The great defenders, like you said, MJ, the glove, all them boys getting cooked by the basic right to left or left to right crossover too. Man. Simple. It was easy. Now easy now, but they was killing them boys.
Definitely had them in the headlock.
Yeah, definitely. hey, the way AI used to pull that thing, boy.
Oh man,
that's something different.
That boy used to take that ball all over to Georgetown.
I knew I wasn't tripping. I've heard that before. They were saying that Grant was supposed to be the next Mike too. I heard that before.
Net Scottie Pippen. They called him Net Scottie Pippen.
So sometimes when they would say, we got to be careful. When they say like such and such is the next Mike or such and such is the next whatever, are they talking about fanfare or marketing, or are they talking about actual basketball ability? Like when they were saying that Zion would be the next LeBron, I don't think no one ever thought it was basketball ability.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think they could. I think
based on him carrying the league.
I think at the time when Zion was getting his hype, when he went viral in high school doing the crazy dunks or whatever, I think they mistaked fanfare for athletic ability, because they just now
the correct comparison is Zion would be the next Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp is the correct.
No, don't do Kemp like that. Now Zion will be the next Dwan Blair.
Or Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker. Somebody got super fat for no reason.
Yeah. Hey, call on the line, DC Slim. What's up, big dog?
You did not just call.
What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What up, DC?
Hey, chillin', man, chillin'. Hey, man, Zion Williams is just gonna be Zion Williams. All right, he can compare it to nothing. And overrated words people use is like, he's going to be the next. Nobody is ever going to be the next anything. I hate to blow everybody's dream. Edwards is a beast. SGA will give him a run for his money, though. Okay?
Of course.
I'm not mad at that.
I can't compare. And I even throw Fox in there, too.
Of course,
you know, I think because of the market they in, where they at, you know, we ain't gonna really see them a lot. That's why they don't get no praise. Now, I think the only reason why they coming over to them now, because I think the NBA ratings is dropping, and they know we getting tired of LeBron, so they trying to find a new niche. You know what I'm saying? Well, they really ain't got no choice but to come over to them now.
That new player was supposed to be Luka and Jokic, but nobody wants to. They're trying to feed that to us, and they're not biting.
Yeah, man.
You know why we ain't biting? Because they boring.
And not just that. Now I like boring because who else had a game that was kind of like that? I mean, I'm fine with boring.
Tim Duncan is probably the most boring player.
Yeah,
we fine with boring. We just not fine with you telling us that this is the best when we know there's like 8 other ones that's better than him.
Right?
Like, we're not okay with that.
I'll be realistic with y'all. I think that a lot of people have an recency bias. When Duncan played, right? Duncan wasn't. Nobody really showed a lot of love to Duncan. A lot of these players that we mention now, they get a lot of love today.
You know what I'm saying? Like this, that's the same way I consider like the average Michael Jordan fan today. They didn't like Mike back then, but today they appreciate him. As the season was going on with Duncan, you had Kobe out here destroying the league. And Duncan had a lot of competition when he was balling. He became great after he left. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tricky situation. And when it comes to comparing players, I think it's too early to start comparing Edwards to anybody. And I don't know what the LeBron comparison would be. I mean, that's just a regular standard point guard. I'll call him Jason Kidd.
No, man. LeBron, I mean, first of all, there are people that are playing LeBron's style of offense, but there's nobody that has his athleticism playing that style of offense. Like Luka is playing. Okay,
look, bro.
Luka is playing. Hold on, DC. Luka is playing LeBron's style of offense, but Luka don't have his athleticism, right? And here's the unique thing about the guys that we just mentioned. You mentioned some of them: Fox, Booker, Edwards, SGA. All of those dudes swear by Kobe. When they asked Edwards who his top 5 players were, LeBron wasn't in it. It was Kobe, Mike, Kevin Durant, Shaq, and Iverson.
Yep.
Right. So hold on. Last thing. When you see players that are highly skilled who play off the ball like Tatum, Edwards, SGA, who get their points without the ball, who don't play like Luka, they value Kobe and Mike over LeBron. The people who value LeBron are not the highly skilled off guards. They're big men.
Size. You got to be LeBron size to value LeBron. SGA, Edwards, and Fox, all similar. Even Booker. Booker might be slightly shorter. Their style of play, the way they play, is more catered to like a Kobe style. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
I mean, because how do you get in the film and put on LeBron and say, I want to mimic that? You can't put film on and be like, that's what I want to do from LeBron. But when you watch Kobe, you be like, okay, I like how he did that in the post. I like how he used that leg. I like how he went over the right shoulder and the left shoulder. I like how he did that. You can study Kobe and Mike and get something from it. But when you watch LeBron, you be like, man, if unless I'm ball hogging and playing point forward,
and I'm 60 and I can run and jump and do that, then there's nothing. If I'm 6'2", there's nothing I can really do to emulate LeBron's athleticism or size. Pause. But
please chill with the athleticism thing. Look, this athleticism thing. Let's do this. Let's squash this. LeBron is not like superbly athletic. He can't.
Yes, he is.
Oh my God.
Yes, he is.
Look,
DC, I'm sorry. DC, I'm sorry. Yes, he is.
Somebody go over there and check on.
I bet y'all this. Okay, I'll give all y'all some homework. You go on YouTube. You don't see LeBron dunk on nobody.
Yes, you do.
Whoa. I can name 5. I can name 5 off the top of my head. I can name 5.
They're gonna be point guards. And then when you say dunk on somebody,
he got Nurkic. He got Nurkic some years back.
Come on, Nurkic.
He got Tim Duncan.
I mean,
he just got Paul George a week ago.
He said he just got Paul George.
He just got Paul George a week ago.
I'm a little older than y'all. So when you say dunk on somebody, right? That's got everything to me. Got to have context, all right? He didn't dunk on Paul George, all right? So when I don't know if y'all ever saw the footage of like Kobe dunking on 2 Brooklyn Nets. Like,
that was nasty.
You can dunk on LeBron is not that kind of person. When you say athletic, I get him. He athletic. He's an NBA player. I mean, that's naturally. He gonna jump. He can jump high, run fast, the basics. But he's not doing anything athletic. He doesn't have like a great first step where he gonna go right past you. He gonna more bully you than anything. I think that's why a lot of people can't compare their game to his, because he just play like a giant point guard. Him and Luka are comparable. I give you that. But y'all giving him too much credit. And plus, the scam is working great. We comparing people to LeBron. We comparing to losers. The quality of the NBA is gone down. The standard is down. I can't believe we said this dude's name that many times where we saying somebody going to be compared to LeBron, who is a complete failure, who doesn't have like no bag, like I always say. So if you're compared to him, You're basic. I think that's 80% of the NBA is LeBron's game. At which
Yeah.
SGA Fox stand out because of their style of play, body size, just quick first step and defense. And
shooting
I really
ability,
wouldn't
and shooting ability in mid
Shooting
range.
ability.
But yeah, I'm gonna take that comment off the off the air, DC, so we can go ahead and move to the next topic.
Y'all
Man.
do y'all, man. I love y'all. Peace out.
All right, big dog. I don't know about that, man. I think LeBron is a freak athlete, man. He done dunked on plenty of people. You know what I mean?
He's a freight train. He is a
We
freight
don't like
train.
that man at all.
Yeah, decent. Clearly.
We got to get to the bottom
Hey,
of what
he's
LeBron
totally
did.
biased.
Yeah.
He's
For
totally
sure.
biased.
LeBron did something to him personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure he did.
Because LeBron, the one thing is, as much as I dislike some of the lack of skill set, the attribute that he's always had ever since high school,
He gonna
was
dunk on
athleticism.
something. He gonna
He's
dunk
gonna-
on something.
Yeah, he got
Somebody in the
athleticism.
And
Somebody,
especially
he did something to him personally.
he might not be doing it now as a Laker because you know he's up there in age, but Miami and second time Cleveland.
He was jumping. Who he jumped over? Who did he jump over?
Some CJ Watson
Nurkic.
from the Bulls. No.
Right.
He actually cleared.
Oh, Jason Terry.
No.
Oh, he killed Terry.
He killed Terry, but he jumped clean over
John
CJ
Lucas. It was
Watson's
John Lucas
shoulders.
the third.
Oh, John
Yeah.
Lucas. Yeah.
John Lucas
on
over.
a oop.
It
It was
swiping
an
the
oop.
ball. He jumped over.
I
The man is athletic.
think D Wade threw a oop and LeBron just went up and John Lucas was standing straight up and he just cleared him clean over like how Giannis did Odu a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was just
Scotty
like that.
dunking on you and might be the nastiest dunk I've ever seen in my life.
Well, who dunked on you? Scotty?
That was. I
Nah,
mean,
man, Blake
fanfare about the
Blake
fanfare
Griffin on
of
Kendrick Perkins is
No.
Oh, no.
Hey, DeAndre Jordan on Brandon Knight.
yeah, that was tough too.
Yeah, that was right.
Anthony Edwards on that. I don't even know his name. Yuta Watanabe for the Raptors was a dunk on. That was a dunk on.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
but
yeah.
any dunk that makes a dude so mad that he tries to throw the ball at you when you back down the court. So when what was that when Shaq dunked on old dude and then pushed him?
Chris Dudley. Yeah. He tried to put his nuts in his face. So.
The push was so disrespectful.
Yeah, it was. All right, man. So we'll move on to Luka, man. So look, leaving from Edwards, man, one MVP candidate, one guy that is the ESPNs is comparing events, Kobe and Mike, and somebody had a comment up there just saying that the disciples of Kobe, Kawhi, SGA, Edwards, those type of guys, Kyrie, those are Kobe's disciples. Now we're going on to Luka, who's a LeBron disciple. Luka has already said that he think LeBron is super great and he modeled his game, and it's true. They do play the same offensive style, but what does that get you playing the style of LeBron versus playing the style of Kobe? So here's Luka, and listen to this.
I do know these, and look, you can take it as my opinion, but it's not really my opinion. I've heard from people, so you can say, well, your people are wrong. JaVale McGee doesn't like LUKA DONCIC, doesn't like playing with him, and that's why he's pretty much quit on the Mavs 5 games into the season. He's like, I don't want to play with him.
Should have thought about that crap before you signed him, JaVale.
And that was Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd made promises that Jason Kidd did not keep very quickly, and then McGee was like, I don't really care to play in this system with this guy, so I quit. Just give me my $15 million over 3 years. I do know that Tim Hardaway Jr. has recently in team meetings called out Luka and said, I pretty much don't like you. So that's probably tough as a guy who just turned 24 that McGee doesn't like you. Tim Hardaway Jr. doesn't like you. Not so much publicly, but I do know pretty much that Kyrie Irving isn't crazy about playing in this LUKA DONCIC system. So that's another guy that I know has come out. Christian Wood and him have had obviously issues. Christian Wood came on our station with us and said, yeah, but he's like, Luka yells at me a lot and I know like I have to take it this and that. I'm not saying Christian Wood has not come out privately or publicly and said, I don't like this guy, but Tim Hardaway Jr. has. JaVale McGee behind the scenes has. Kyrie Irving is kind of like, look, I have no problem with LUKA DONCIC as a person. I'm just not crazy about playing in the LUKA DONCIC offense. And that's why I'm not really crazy about possibly staying here long term. And so I do think there is now all of a sudden, and they're having team meetings about this. Tim Hardaway Jr. is so upset that he had to express his feelings tremendously in a team meeting to say how much he doesn't like LUKA DONCIC pretty much and stuff like that. And so I think that there's a lot of that going on recently. So you've had multiple meetings where teammates are expressing, we don't really like playing with you. That's not really fun to then want to go out there the next day and be like, all right, high five, guys, let's go. You know, it's kind of like, well, crap, I don't know high five you guys or not. You guys don't even really like playing with me.
All right, so that's a local Dallas radio station last year when Dallas Mavs season just went to the dumps, right? And there was multiple meetings, multiple team meetings. This is after Kyrie got there. They were trying to play a style of offense that was better than a LUKA system, and Kyrie was helping them do that. And for some reason, I think my opinion is LUKA and Mark Cuban didn't want to play that style. So McGee was unplayable in the LUKA system. Woods was almost unplayable. Theo Pinson was unplayable, right? And Tim Hardaway Jr. hated it. You know, and all these guys that hated playing with LUKA and had all these team meetings, they got rid of, except Tim Hardaway Jr. They kept him, right? So what's your thoughts, man, on them saying that they know for a fact that those players hated that offense and they're still playing?
Go ahead, Jay.
Why they kept calling that man Magoo?
Magoo. I don't know. I don't know why he was calling JaVale McGee Magoo.
I was like, wait a minute.
He said about it
He was passionate.
times, bro.
I heard it the first time, and I was like, maybe he just messed that up. But nah, he was doing he was doing that on purpose.
And then the other dude came back and called him Magoo. I was like, bro,
what do you think about?
Let me hear from Eric, man. The LUKA system, is that the issue with the Mavs, or do they need a trade?
Honestly, man, you know, I'm not saying LUKA can't play, man, but that is the ugliest basketball player, bro. Like just watching him play the game, bro. I'm like, damn, this is an ugly playing mother. Like it, but he makes his shots. You know what I mean? But have you ever seen somebody just like, damn, that shit went in? You know what I mean? He play like that. He like shit. You know what, man? And we just had this conversation, I think, earlier today, Mel. I think they just be trying to just boost like one of them players up, man. You know what I mean? Like they just think they try to give him so much shine. They feed the whole system through him.
Yeah.
Like he's not that guy, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he is. I think it's several guards better than him in the league.
I'm just like, man, like, and it's just an ugly looking player, bro. Like, not like physically, but like just the way he plays the game, bro.
It's born. It can put you to sleep. It's born.
Yeah,
it can put you to sleep. It's like Groundhog Day. It's the same thing every time down the floor.
Facts.
Five men standing at the 3-point line. Come set me a screen and let me try to get downhill and drive and kick. That's it.
Pretty much.
It's the whole offense.
Or a sidestep 3 if you go under the screen.
Correct. That's it.
With the talent that they have on that team, if they ran, I don't know, anybody's offense. It could be Mike D'Antoni, it could be Phil Jackson, it could be Pop. If they ran any true offense, they would be more successful than they are now.
I think so. They I mean, we've literally watched Princeton run the Princeton offense and beat Carolina in the tournament, and we've watched them beat multiple teams running that offense. And they didn't have a guy who could make a play for himself and others on the entire roster.
They didn't even have real D1.
Say that again. They have a guy that couldn't.
No, they didn't have a dude that was gonna sniff the NBA combine on the entire roster.
That's true.
He said they couldn't make a play for themselves or others.
No, not at all. Not at all. And they running offenses and setting screens and back picks and all types of stuff, man.
Like this motion everywhere.
Yeah.
You ever play basketball with somebody that like maybe they scored on you or whatever, but the way they did it, you was like, "There's no way."
Yeah.
That's my game.
I know, Jay. We know.
That's my whole game.
I'm like, man, that was an ugly ass play.
For me, the best way I could describe what LUKA game looked like to me is His game is a combination of accidents and bailouts. Like if you look at the game against the Lakers, when he drove down, the Lakers collapsed. There was 4 Lakers on him, and he just threw that behind the back pass.
Yeah,
that was an accident and a bailout. You wasn't supposed to get that deep in the paint by yourself, and everybody was standing out, and you just flung it and hoped somebody was there. And he got lucky.
We're amazed by that.
And we're amazed by it, but it's nothing. It's literally nothing but accidents and bailouts because LUKA takes the ball, pounds the air out the ball for 21 seconds, and then when he realizes that he can't do a little dribble drive, step back, set shot over somebody, now he's got to find somebody quick to dump the ball off to, so they can either 1, get the turnover, 2, miss the shot, or 3, just by some lucky chance they hit, and now he gets the assist. But there's nowhere to put any blame on LUKA once because he's the point guard. He's not a point guard, man. I wish we would stop calling him a point guard.
He's not a point guard. Look,
he's a small forward.
He's a small forward. This is my thing. I'm gonna go real quick, Jay. This is my thing. What pisses me off about it is that it sounds like they've been telling LUKA to trust his teammates more, right? And I hate that they're using that term, trust your teammates, almost like, hey, I don't think my teammates that good, so I'm gonna do everything myself. That ain't what it is. It's just you just been a ball hog. But I hate when they saying that they're telling him to trust his teammates, and he think that playing in a better system is I'm still gonna do the same thing, but I'm willing to take a couple of plays off and let Kyrie do it the exact same thing. So all right, it's your turn now, Kyrie. I'll take a break. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about your big tail coming off the point guard position, playing your natural position small forward. And I don't want to hear that all these people say he's a natural point guard. He's been playing point guard in the pro league in Europe since he was 13. Well, guess what? Anthony Davis played point guard in high school too. But when your body changes and say that you're something else, then that's what you need to play. We don't have Anthony Davis running point because he grew into being a power forward center. And LUKA obviously ballooned and grew into a small forward. And just because you got point guard skills don't mean you get to play point guard. Kyle Anderson, he grew. He used to play point guard at UCLA. Now you're in the league. You're 6'8". Get your butt at small forward and stay there. But we can use your talent every now and then. But nah, you're not the point guard. My bad, Jay. Go ahead.
Now you good, man. So the LUKA offense is an offense that is predicated from the front office. I think Cuban wanted to showcase the superstar, to drive up ticket sales, to drive up merch sales, to drive up all of that, so he could drive up the selling price, and which he did.
Yeah, he did. He really did. He did. Good point. He did.
That's a great point.
So now the new owners is like, look, man, they're not even basketball guys. They're like, hey, look, now we want that money. I don't care if the city of Dallas ever get a championship. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep running that. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, man, those games where LUKA was hurt, Kyrie went off. Super off.
Of course he did.
And Hardaway as well.
Of course he did. And as soon as he came back, what happened? The first game he came back.
Blew it out. The doors off.
But LUKA had a triple-double.
But LUKA had a triple-double.
And that's all they care about.
Right. And guess what? At that game when LUKA had a triple-double, I'm sure that 17 to 30 people bought 77 jerseys. You understand what I'm saying?
Probably.
This offense is only good if you're not LeBron. This type of offense will only sell tickets and merchandise. It will not. In fact, when Harden was doing all that, the same thing in Houston, Bean told everybody, you won't win a championship like this.
He's not going to win that way. It's amazing, but you won't win that way.
Let me address this. He said, so Magic shouldn't have been a point guard. No, I'm not saying that because we had a 6'7" point guard in Penny Hardaway. So if you do have a big point guard, then and he's playing point guard, then that's what he should be playing, point guard, not primary scorer. The primary scorer for the Lakers when Magic was playing point was either Kareem or James Worthy. The primary scorer for Orlando when Penny was playing point was Shaq. right? So if you're gonna play point, play freaking point, right? Don't come down and say I want 35 shots a game and I'm the point guard.
Right.
So that don't even make sense. And then yeah, and then Shaq and Penny Hardaway and Magic Johnson wasn't the slowest person on the squad.
Exactly.
Kareem was the slowest person on the squad.
Unless you're one guy, there's one guy that you could be the point guard and take 1 million shots a game, and he's the exception and not the rule, and that's Steph Curry. Period.
Actual.
But he's not even. But he's not the guy saying, "Hey, look, let's everybody stand at the 3-point line and set a screen from the high screen roll." No, he's not doing it. He's not doing what Harden doing.
He will create his own offense.
Exactly. And Steph can get points. He can get to his shot with the ball, or he can get it without the ball. He gonna score. He gonna get his, but he still facilitates too.
And he's gonna make sure everybody else is in rhythm.
Exactly.
Because he can get his in any time.
Yeah, it's obviously not working for Luka, and they're still trying to do it. It's 4 or 5 years in a row of them doing this madness, and there's no excuse for it. Like, move him off the freaking point guard, make him play small forward. Like, he can't even guard. This is the thing, he can't even guard point guards. Like, Penny could guard point guards. Luka can't even guard him. So the crazy thing about it is when you put him at point guard, you have to put a shooting guard in him that can actually guard point guard. So now you got a small shooting guard in Kyrie or Jalen Brunson because you need him to actually guard the point guards that Luka can't guard. But then the fact that he's not guarding the point guard means, okay, you go guard Tatum or Ant-Man or SGA? Nope. So now your small forward got to be able to guard the best wing player, and Luka moves to guarding the whoever the wing player is who can't score.
The spot up shooter, the guy who's just gonna stand in the corner.
Exactly. So you gotta move him around on defense and put lineups out there to actually help his defense and guard the people that he's supposed to be, the position he's supposed to be playing. It's just madness. Just put him at small forward.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I know this like a little out the way, but I just sitting here listening to y'all just had me thinking, like, man, if the path was different for Ben Simmons, how great of a point guard he could have been. Because he's not a shooter, but he could still, he had the size, he had the IQ, he was a great passer, and he could still go down there and bang underneath because of the size. But like if he would have just
if he would just had the heart.
Yeah.
And back.
And the back. And the back. I think Ben Simmons probably could have drew the comparisons to be like another Magic.
Yeah,
I think he had the potential for that. He had the potential, and that just kind of weighs on me, man. That we won't ever be able to get to see that full ceiling of Ben Simmons.
I'm okay. I forgot about him already. I'm okay.
Hey, do y'all want to call in the way on this? Should we open the phone lines up or just keep moving? Let me know. Put yes or no in the chat if y'all want to call in on this one. If Ben didn't sign with Clutch, yeah.
Ooh, Clutch is looking like a cult at this point.
Yeah.
Rich Boy Rob and Paul's this dude named Dick Williams been going at it in the comments, comparing
Richard Williams.
Yeah, Richard Williams.
Richard Williams.
They've been going at it in the comments about Vince Carter being better than LeBron. And Rich Boy Rob said Vince ain't even the greatest Raptor. How y'all feel about that?
Who's the greatest Raptor?
Wow, who is
I
know nobody's thinking Kawhi because Kawhi is not the greatest Raptor.
Please tell me who the greatest Raptor is.
I need to know. Maybe you might have an argument for Chris Bosh. Maybe.
Bosh. But DeRozan, they love DeRozan in Canada if he's calling from there.
Who's their first pick? Damon Stoudemire. You got Damon. You got Vince. You got T-Mac, you got Bosh, you got Kawhi, you got DeRozan. That's might who they be talking. They might be talking about DeRozan.
They probably talking about
maybe it's DeRozan.
They talking about
I could see DeRozan. I almost forgot DeRozan was a Raptor. He didn't been so long in 2 other spots already.
You ain't gonna put Lowry on it.
Hakeem on one leg. That's classic.
you ain't gonna talk about Mr. Lowry.
Lowry is the fan favorite. He's the people's champ.
I think there's an argument. I think there's a debate between Vince and DeRozan, for sure.
But it's easily Vince. It's easily
man, Vince was cold, bro. Vince was cold, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're not talking about the best player. We're talking about the best Raptor.
Nah, it's easy.
Yeah, best Raptor, I think, is Vince.
For their time in
gotta be
Toronto,
the
if
best
you're only
Raptor,
looking at
though.
their time in Toronto, it's easily Vince.
And that's
Really?
the young
first
Vince.
round.
Huh?
DeMar DeRozan took them to the conference finals, what, twice?
I need
They
the
had the
stats
best
back.
record. They had the best record in the league. He had a coach of the year. Yeah. They couldn't get past LeBron. Yeah.
LeBron.
Yeah, that LeBron is something else, ain't he?
Oh, bro, I don't know, bro.
Vince about
LeBron
29.
is something else.
Hey, Slim just. I'm pretty sure Slim got a "I hate LeBron" tattoo somewhere.
Yeah, he do.
Yo, what is
Hey, John,
he got a
thanks for the
23
super
upside
chat.
down.
Thanks for the super
Super
chat, man.
chat.
Accidental basketball is exactly how I describe the modern NBA. I'm enjoying the content also. Thanks, appreciate it.
Appreciate you, John.
Yeah. That's how Kobe described it as well. He described it as accidental basketball.
I mean, because it is like, you know, it's a lot of ISO ball, and it's a lot of when you get trapped into a situation, you bail out, and it just so happens everybody else is just you got to be some kind of skill nowadays to be in the league. So somebody around you is probably going to be able to hit that shot or hit a bucket or do something, and it looks amazing. It's like, oh wow, he's stumbling and he passes it out, and that was a beautiful pass. He planned that. No, and the comparison between Luka and LeBron that's cool, but the edge I give LeBron is that LeBron's IQ is otherworldly. Like, LeBron really runs the offense, honestly. Like, and he studies.
But it's his offense. I'm not giving him credit for that. He's smart. All top 10, 15 players of all time all have a high IQ, but I'm not giving him credit for running the offense. It's his offense. That's just like when Peyton Manning go from the Colts to the Broncos and be like, oh man, it's his offense. Of course he can tell you where you're supposed to be at. It's his offense. He's been perfecting it over the years. It's his offense. Hey, LeBron, where am I supposed to be at on your LeBron system?
The corner.
Nobody knows but LeBron. Nobody knows but LeBron. It's wherever I tell you to go.
But at least that's what's going on in LA. Everybody in Dallas is like, I'm gonna just stand here and be like,
the players that's around him actually got to be just as smart or smarter than LeBron, because they got to read him. They're reading LeBron. It's crazy, man. Like we
that's a good comment right there.
What's that? High IQ. That's the one you're talking about right there? Me too. I saw it too. High IQ should result in other players getting better. Is that the case?
Not fact.
In LeBron's or Luka's? No. I don't think so.
The phone line is open. Let's hear what y'all got to say, man. Y'all call in, man. Phone line's open. We'll open it up for about 2 or 3 minutes real quick, and then we'll move on so we can catch up on time. But yeah, phone lines is open, man. Call in real quick. Phone number right there.
If we using that criteria, man, I don't think LeBron has really made anybody better.
I wouldn't say that.
What's the definition of making somebody better? What's the definition of that?
Compare. I can give you an example of what my thoughts are. Do you feel like Mike made Scottie better?
I do.
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, I can tell you right off the top of my head, 2 people that LeBron made better.
Okay.
B.I. and Kyle Kuzma.
By trading them?
Yep.
By getting
because I was about to say, unless it was a delayed effect, a slow fuse, and that shit took effect years later. But like in the moment, I think, because if we think about it, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh were already great. Kyrie Irving already great. Anthony Davis, I don't know where we want to put him, but he was already, he was already great because he was doing his thing in New Orleans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did LeBron, bring to them that elevated their game? Or honestly, we could flip it. I feel like the people that LeBron played with made LeBron better.
I would
say Shaq definitely made Kobe better though. And I'll tell you how.
All right, go ahead.
I'll tell you how. Kobe's will to be the best and Kobe's will to be the best player on his team. Like,
I get
Kobe wouldn't sit back and be Robin. You understand what I'm saying? He did it year one, but by year 3, Kobe was already saying that this is going to be my team all the time. He need me in the closer. Your best player should close out games. You need me to close this game out.
Well,
so I'm better than you anyway, and you keep getting fat. So go to Miami.
Which is interesting because LeBron needed Kyrie to close out games. He needed Wade to close out games. And even when they won in 2020, Anthony Davis was closing games out.
Anthony Davis was on a stretch that's
when he was top 5 player in the league right there.
Because he had that 3-month burst.
Your best player should be your closer, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I will say this: now that we mentioned all the names, I do think LeBron has made AD better by being tougher and stop being a hoe. I think he put some of that in LeBron. I mean in AD. So I would say he made AD better. He made AD better.
He can't.
But one out of how many stars he's played with.
Now you moving the goalpost, Chris. You just said he made nobody better. We gave you one. Leave it alone.
No, Mel said he made him better. I said he didn't make him better. I said everybody else made him better. But I'm saying to Mel's point that if that's the one that you want to say, that's one person out of how many people he's played with.
I think he's made everybody better he's ever played with.
Of course you do.
Here we go.
Of course you do. Did he make that? Hold on. Did he make Daniel Gibson better?
No, let me ask you a question.
Hold on. Did he make Daniel Gibson better? Did he make Mo Williams better? Did he make J.R. Smith better?
Man. Come on.
No, you said everybody, right? You said everybody. Did he make Shane? You gonna go that back? You gonna go back that far? Did he make Shane Battier better? Did he make Birdman better? Man. Did he make what's his name? Joel Anthony? Did he make him better? I could go on forever, brother.
He really put Joel. Okay, it's cool.
You said everybody.
No, I'm just saying everybody. Hey, y'all know them early LeBron teams wouldn't have been nowhere without LeBron.
Of course.
They was nowhere with LeBron.
That was in the finals, bro.
Come on.
One time. You said hold on. You said those. Hold on.
You said talking to Chris right now.
You said those early LeBron teams, right?
LeBron teams.
The first 7 years he made the finals one time and got swept.
Okay.
And I don't like how they just points out on all those dudes' names on the Cavs like they wasn't good ball players because they were.
Man, they said the coach was trash. They said the players was trash. Everything, man.
You know what?
Name a team though that the team before he got there, the team wasn't in contention.
Say that
Philly
again?
and AI.
Huh?
Philly and AI.
I got that. Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Who did he play? The team that he was on when he went to Miami, he went back to Cleveland, then he went to LA. How did he make those teams better?
By bringing a lot of help with him.
And if he had made them better, actually, when he left, they would have still been competitive.
Wade was already in Miami. What are you talking about? Miami was already
right. Yeah. So if you got Wade in Miami,
but was they winning before LeBron got there? Before Shaq,
the year before? No.
After Shaq's departure. What did they do?
They was in the playoffs. With just Wade. They were in the play. Listen, we're not arguing that LeBron wasn't a top 3 and sometimes number 1 player in the league. So any team that asks the number 1 or the top 3 player in the league is going to be better. However, or top 10. But if you're trying to give him credit for the success that the Heat had, you got to understand he brought Bosh with him, and now it's me, a top 1 or 2 player in the league, with a top 3 player at his position at Bosh, adding it to a top 2 player at his position at Wade,
and a top shooter at his position with Ray Allen. He strategically put this team together, even though he had to leave Cleveland to go. He knew what he was doing. Everybody knew what he was doing. I'm going to play with another guy who is at the top of the top, and then I'm bringing in another guy who was the best player on his team, averaging 22 and 10 for 6 years. In Bosh, you're supposed to win. You're supposed to win. You're supposed to. So I don't think he made anybody on that Heat team better.
He didn't.
That was already established. Every player was already an all-star that he asked to come help him.
Now he made Mario Chalmers bitter.
Yeah, he made a
Mario Chalmers still don't like LeBron. Hey, but you know what's funny though, Jay? Wade has a podcast now. His first episode dropped 2 days ago. And the first episode was actually hold on. The first we about to get into Wade and pause real quick. But the first episode was the day before they all went into the Hall of Fame. So it was Dirk, Tony Parker, and Paul Gasol all on the podcast with him. And they was talking about a bunch of stuff. And when they got to Dirk and they was talking about Luka, Dirk said that Luka is carrying the torch for Dallas now, and I'm glad to see another European player be this good. And he said something about him being better than him, and Tony Parker said, "No, I'm sorry." He cut him off. I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Luka is not better than Dirk. I'm sorry."
And he's not.
And Dirk was like Dirk didn't know what to say. He was like, okay, and he just kept talking. And Tony was like, "Nah." He tried to clean it up a little bit after that. And was like, "Look, man, I measure stuff. I measure success and greatness by rings." But that's what he said. But what he really meant is, no, man, it's a hype train. He knows a hype train, man.
And with Tony Parker being an international guard, he knows.
He definitely knows.
He knows.
Yeah, I don't like I hate how the dude look playing basketball, man.
It's just
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
It's not, and for people who really know and love basketball, it's a stain on the game. Honestly, I can't watch a Dallas game because as much as I want to see Kyrie and as much as I want to see Tim Hardaway Jr., I want to see the actual Mavericks team. I can't because it's oversaturated with just Luka ball. I turn the channel.
Chris, me and Melvin just talking about this earlier today, right? Luka is a comparison of the Josh Allen in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's why everything Josh Allen do, boy.
It's amazing.
Oh my God,
it's amazing.
Allen.
Oh, don't worry. We won't have to see Josh Allen much longer.
Hey, so okay, to that point, right? So to that point,
be killing me with Josh Allen.
I got a question for y'all. To that point, right? If Luka is Josh, you can make an argument that any top 10 all-time player was allowed to team hop while joining prime all-stars would have a super impressive resume.
Of course,
John,
that's a fact.
That's true because
we can't just put LeBron in there now. We got to put a whole lot of people in there.
No, I'm saying what he's saying is if anybody in the top 10, if they decided they wanted to jump team to team and then bring all-star help with them, what that does is, number one, your co-star never ages out. Like with Scottie Pippen, he got to an age where his back and his foot was messing with him. So Michael Jordan got a co-star. Now if players like Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, if they like superheroes that last longer than everybody, their co-star is not the same. So when your co-star is very important. People being a co-star is getting older every year and getting more beat up, and you making deep playoff runs with this co-star. It'd be nice to switch him out for a younger one. But Michael Jordan didn't do that. He just kept playing with his co-star. His co-star got older and aged out, and then they eventually retired. What LeBron is saying is, I'm sorry, Wade, your knees is bad. I'm still trying to get more rings. I can't have you as my co-star. He went and got a younger guy in Kyrie and did the same thing. And then when Kyrie didn't want to play with him no more, he went and got a younger guy in AD and did the same thing. So he continues to be superhero, but his co-star gets younger every 4 years.
Yeah, that's kind of a whole lot like Kevin Durant too.
I was just about to say this is going to pain me.
Somebody else said it.
But Kevin Durant is not in the discussion, in the conversation with Kobe and Mike. The only reason why this is brought up for LeBron is because he's being compared to two guys who didn't do that.
Okay,
that's
I get what
point.
you're saying. I get what you're saying.
That's a good point. Good point.
Yeah, but Durant is doing it, and it's not materializing in the rings too.
Sure, and nobody has him in the discussion. He's not in the discussion. LeBron is somehow in the discussion. He shouldn't be there.
Well, I mean, you got to bring up LeBron.
Well, I don't know if he shouldn't be there. I mean, you can have a discussion about the greatest rapper of all time and put LL in the discussion. Now, you can't say he shouldn't be there. You can say that we can eliminate him from the discussion very early.
Okay, that's fair.
That
was real political. That was real political, but it was fair. It was a true statement.
Yeah, but to what my question was before that super chat. Shout out John for that, by the way. If Luka can be compared to Josh Allen, then who would be the Dak Prescott, the person that does the same thing but gets all the heat?
No, they don't do the same thing.
They got the same stats. They do.
Yeah, they don't do the same thing. One of them running and passing.
Well,
okay, yeah, that's true.
Dak
Don't do no
Prescott
run.
would be somebody who has a great regular season and then don't show up in where it matters the most. And one would call that Steph Curry.
Nah,
in the early finals. He didn't show up to the last finals.
I'm gonna go with what Eric went with it. He said this earlier. He said if Josh Allen is the running quarterback that also passes to get all the hype, he said the equivalent of that, the opposite of that would be Lamar Jackson. So in the NBA, if Luka was Josh Allen, that would mean Anthony Edwards would be Lamar Jackson.
Right.
I can see that. I can see that.
Fair.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's a good comparison.
That was good.
Yeah, because I swear to God, everything Josh Allen do, man, they be like, oh my God.
Hey, Slim, man, you're gonna have to tell us what tell us what LeBron did to you, man.
Yeah, hey, Slim, yeah, man. Hey, man, look, go get some therapy with you.
There must be a dark web tape of him getting dunked on by LeBron back in the day or something.
Yeah, something.
I'm trying to think.
Let's move through these jersey retirements real quick, man. So the Orlando Magic has decided that they're going to retire the number 32 for Shaquille O'Neal. I think next month, mid-February, they're going to retire his jersey, right? This is going to be the first jersey ever retired in Orlando. You said third? No, I think it's the first.
No. I'm saying that's 3 for Shaq.
3 for Shaq. His 32 is retired in Miami. And 34. He also has a jersey 34 retired in LA. So he got 3. He didn't need this. And he only played for Orlando for 4 years. This is what Gibbert said about it.
The Magic will retire Shaq's number 32. There's no question. He's the best player in Magic history. Followed closely behind Dwight. Oh, you think you got Dwight?
In Magic history?
You got?
I was only there 4 years. That's it, right? Like, we're not talking about, Shaq's body of work. We're just saying Orlando, that's 4 years. I mean, yeah, you was breaking backboards and stuff, but, 3-time all NBA defensive player of the year. You got, rebounding champ, all-star, 6 all NBAs and 6. Like, his resume is just bigger than Shaq's in that jersey.
Yeah,
the better player, of course, talent-wise, Shaq, but in that jersey,
I can see
White.
All right, what's y'all thoughts, man? Should Orlando have retired Dwight's first, who played there 8 or 9 seasons, versus the guy who played there for 4 seasons? They pretty much kind of did the same thing. Of course, Shaq's points per game was higher, but they both got Orlando to a finals and got swept. But I mean, I'm trying to figure out what he did in Orlando that's so much better than what Dwight did. What's y'all thoughts?
I have 2 points as to my theory about it. One, it was a business decision because there is no Dwight Howard without Shaq. I feel like if they were to do Dwight Howard's jersey first, that's a humongous slap in the face to Shaq. Like, you got to get Shaq's out. If you're going to do jersey retirements, you got to get Shaq's out the way first. Then you can go do Dwight's. Right, they'll probably do Dwight's, sometime here in the near future. Part number 2, Dwight, I don't think, to my recollection, has actually officially retired. So how can you, simply retire somebody's jersey number if somebody is not officially said they've stepped away from the game? You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, they're probably just waiting for, like, oh, hey, Dwight, you done? He's just not playing right now.
Right.
But he hasn't officially said, I'm stepping away from the game of basketball, blah, blah, blah. When that happens, then they'll probably be like, hey, throw 12 up in the rafters. I think it's a soft retirement because I don't think I've seen anybody wear 12 since, but they're not gonna officially throw it up in the rafters until, like, he finally comes out and says, hey, I'm done with the game that I love. Exactly. Those are my hypotheses. But like, there's no Dwight without Shaq. You can't put Dwight up there first before you do Shaq.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna say this though. I think so too. That I think so too. That Dwight Howard kind of fell off. You know what I mean? Like a deep decline happened at the end. You know what I mean? Shaq is still always remembered as Shaq.
Oh, his decline was crazy. Did you see him?
Yeah. I mean, I know he had a decline, but he had played so long. You know what I mean? That we was used to seeing the LA Shaq, the Miami Shaq. You know, by the time he really was kind of outdone, you know, he had played for so long, he had done so much. You know what I mean?
And played for damn near half the league.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He played for half the league. And when he was on those kind of going downhill, you seen that he was kind of going downhill. Dwight Howard kind of just, I don't think he stopped playing because he wanted to stop playing. I just think he's not that guy anymore.
Yeah, but that didn't happen in an Orlando jersey.
No, at all. It happened in LA. And
well, I'm saying that's what people remember.
It really happened in Houston first.
Right. I'm saying that's what people remember though.
Yeah, but
he hasn't been stopped playing that long. Dwight Howard just playing a couple years ago.
He won a ring with the Lakers in the bubble. So
right, he just stopped playing a few years ago. So he's
to the point that I think every organization is trying to have some history. So you got to kind of throw your greats in the Raptors. I think they're retiring Shaq's jersey first because he was the first great Orlando guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a slap in the face of Dwight. I think you retire 12, and I think you retire 1. And I think
one for who? T-Mac or Penny?
Both of them. You put one in there, you put both their name on it, and nobody should ever win one in a Magic jersey again.
This is what Dwight said about it. You know, he was on a podcast. I can't remember. I think he's playing in the Philippines. He was on a podcast in the Philippines. He said, what we did in Orlando, no offense to Shaq, he should have his jersey retired, but I should have mine too. Me or at least T-Mac and Penny Hardaway.
No, I agree. I think all 4 of those guys, the 3 numbers, all 4 of those guys go in the Raptors, and really there's no real reason to not have done it all in one night. You know what I'm saying? You create the history all together in one night. Almost how the NFL guys do like the Ring of Honor in their stadium or whatever. Because not saying that these are all-time great people, but as far as the Orlando Magic franchise is concerned, these are Magic greats. Period.
Their name is synonymous when you think of Orlando Magic. Those are the first names you think of.
Yeah.
I feel like eventually they will. And to what Dwight to Dwight's quote, it's not like it looked like he didn't say I should have been up there first. You know, he still like I should be up there too. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. I agree.
But maybe Orlando ain't even contacting him and even said nothing about it. Maybe he don't feel like Orlando is go do him that solid. Maybe he think this is gonna be it, just Shaq, right? You know,
maybe that could be it. That could be
it. I mean, but how do you not appreciate 9 years, 3 defensive player of the years, a finals appearance, all this stuff that he did at Orlando for 9 years, and this guy was there for 4 years. They both left the same way for the same team.
And I think Shaq has a responsibility to check on that. Hey, listen, I know y'all gonna retire my jersey or whatever. Hey, but what about 12? What about 1? You know what I'm saying?
Shaq, Shaq, he do need to do that solid. So look, Jay, you had mentioned that you retired number 1 for Penny and T-Mac. So you're not against that because somebody else had an issue with Jokic wearing number 15 in Denver, and that was Melo. So how are they going to handle that when it's time to retire Jokic number in that 15?
Listen,
and the same thing for Ray Allen in 34 with Milwaukee and Giannis wearing 34.
There's only so many numbers, right? If I don't care if someone else can wear the jersey or not ever again, but if honor that person and that number up there. If Denver should definitely put 15 in the Raptors twice. You know what I'm saying? For Melo and Jokic. The same with Milwaukee and both of the 34s. Hey, listen. Because if that person was great in that number, period. Now, if you want to take the number out of rotation after the second time or after the first time or whatever, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? But honor those guys, man. Honor those guys that put butts in seats for years for your organization.
Yeah.
I think about it like this. A couple.
Somebody said retire Scott Skiles.
I think about it like this, right? Maybe about a week or so ago, the Bulls either introduced or just added Mike to or Jerry Krause to the Ring of Honor. Right?
No, it was all of them. It was Kerr, Pippen.
So
Mike,
they made the Ring of Honor and right. And so I think when you have dilemmas like this, you should either retire both names to one number, or you take one guy for the number and hang that in the rafters, and the other guy you put on the Ring of Honor.
Which one? Just put them all on the. Just put them all in the Ring of Honor, and just put the one in the rafters. You know what I'm saying? Because right now they don't have anything. There's nothing up. They don't have a Ring of Honor. They don't have jersey. Like Orlando doesn't have anything right now.
Because when you think about it, right, the impact Melo had to the Denver Nuggets was amazing. It was Melo was synonymous with the Nuggets. Right?
Your fourth take. Go ahead.
Just what you mean my fourth take? So Melo was the Nuggets. Nuggets was Melo, right? Yeah. Melo fell short of that ultimate goal of bringing them a ring, right? Melo fell short of that ultimate goal of bringing them a championship. Jokic did that. So it's like, the value of somebody bringing them their first championship versus the value somebody had their entire time as a Nugget. You have to respect both. But, this is the dilemma of like whose number you want to retire. That's why I just said you have a Ring of Honor, you retire jerseys. I feel like that just solves it the best way for both.
Yeah, I think Shaq got in because he's the bigger celebrity first, honestly. Yeah. I don't think that it was anything more than that. Because Dwight, people have real convenient amnesia when it comes to his basketball play, especially in light of some recent things that's been going on with him.
Exactly.
The dude definitely he was the dude.
Now when you say his name, you got to say pause.
He said someone unfamiliar with the panel. Okay, we'll definitely do that. But yeah, man, Dwight was a beast. Like rebounding, shot blocking. He was. Gilbert Arenas described it at one time, who was a teammate of Dwight, saying that he didn't have to play defense. He just funneled everybody that he had to guard to the paint. Just don't let him just funnel them to the paint, because Dwight cleaned up everything, and he did for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he left the same way Shaq left, kind of left for the bigger, brighter lights. Took his team to the finals. But Shaq is the celebrity. He's the popular name. He's the dude that is on every ad from General Car Insurance to Papa John's. You know what I mean? He's the brand. So, and he was the mega player for the many franchises that he played. So I think that's what it boiled down to as far as first. And if the Magic don't retire Dwight's jersey eventually, I feel like they are doing him a disservice. But I understand why they did Shaq's first.
Hey, real quick. I hate to mention this team because I don't like them, but the Tar Heels.
Your team. Your team, your favorite team.
Yeah, they're trash. But what they do is really well. Like they'll retire a number in blue if you met certain accomplishments, and they'll retire a number in the white if you met certain accomplishments. Like all of them. But first you had to be an All-American to even get considered, and then everything else, you know what I'm saying? Either they'll put the blue up there or the white up there. And the Heat has like 23 retired for Jordan, and then 13 retired for Dan Marino, even though they never played for the Heat.
Right, which is a beautiful way to switch it to the D-Wade getting his jersey retired, because he getting hit. Well, he already got his retired. He already had the ceremony and everything. So number 3 is in the rafters, and the Miami Heat has retired Bosch's, The funny thing is, Bill Russell's number 6 is retired throughout the league, but LeBron still wears 6. So is he wearing 23 now?
No, he's wearing 23.
Yeah,
So what happened was when they came out with that last year, they allowed whoever was wearing 6 to continue as being grandfathered in.
Mm-hmm.
But LeBron said he was, and because it's about jersey sales, they already made these amount of jerseys. But LeBron said that after that season, he was going to go back to 23.
Okay. All right. So they got of course Tim Hardaway as well. Jay just mentioned Marino. I didn't even know that was news.
Me neither.
I did know that they retired 23 for Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Riley made for sure he did that when he first got in there. Shaq is retired there. Zoe Morning and Udonis has him. So now Wade is in there. But that's not even the big story on Wade getting his jersey retired. The big story on him is him showing up with his nails painted. Right? So give me y'all thoughts on the Wade jersey retirement and his fashion approach in there.
Well, we know that's
his jersey deserves to be retired, but he probably spends too many times at Diddy parties.
You gotta tell Diddy no.
And you gotta tell him
no. Well, we already know for the longest time his name is Dwayne Wade Union. So Gabrielle got a lot of influence on what he got going on. So,
that's crazy.
Hold on,
I wonder if his statue gonna have his nails painted.
Hey, you know what though? Honestly, man, and I don't know how true it is or whatever's going on. They got so many rumors going on, but I wonder, did he do it to support his son,
daughter.
His transgender daughter? Yeah,
that might be what it is. That might be what it is. But here's the response.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, here's the response from Cameron Mace on D Wade's jersey retirement.
D Wade. This is like seeing Jordan. It's like seeing Jordan in lingerie. It's just crushing hard.
That's when I exit the show.
Oh my God.
It's not the same thing, by the way,
and Mace's accent don't make it no better, man. It's like Jordan and lingerie, man.
No, Mace, that's not the same thing.
And Cam was dying, bro. Cam was weak.
Oh boy,
Cam was. That's funny.
My God,
that's funny as hell.
All right, I'll play it one more time. Oh boy, hold on.
D Wade. This is like seeing Jordan. It's like seeing Jordan in lingerie. It's just crushing hard.
That's when I exit the show.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
What?
Oh, man.
I can't.
It's stuff you don't want to see, man. It's like it just ruined everything for you, you know?
I can't.
Oh man, them boys are some fools, bro.
They're having too much fun. They're having too much fun, man.
Oh my
Kids
God.
living out their dream, man. That's what it is, bro. But
yeah, but his jersey is up in the Raptors, man. Number 3 will never be worn again in the Heat jersey, man. I think that's dope, man. I'm still waiting on number 23 to be retired throughout the league as well. They owe
It is in Atlanta.
They'll probably wait till he die. No, I mean, no disrespect. They'll probably wait till he die, though.
Man, that'd be way too late.
Hold on, wait. You said it's retired in Atlanta. When did that happen?
Lou Williams was the last person to wear his first stint with the Hawks. He said after this year, we're gonna retire 23 for Jordan.
For Mike. Wow.
I guess he
years in the East. You gotta
give him the respect.
My question is, I mean, because I feel like that's the direction that it's going to go to. It probably, you know, God forbid when Mike passes on, but you know, the argument is going to be said whenever it's time for the argument to be had. Is LeBron? How do you retire LeBron's number across the league? Because there's going to be that fan base that's going to ask for it. Do you retire the 23? Do you retire the 6? I don't.
Hey, just retire all of them, dog.
You retire 23 in Cleveland, 6 in Miami, and being a 2-time champion in LA, you got to retire the 23.
This man said 2-time champ, Jay. I'm not going to slide that in there, Jay.
Oh, wait. Is he talking about that? Is he talking about that AAU banner? That AAU banner?
Hey, hang that up there too, baby. Give him everything, man. Give me flowers.
Hey, man, I tried to put it under the
radar. I was quickly trying to do the math. I was like, 2-time champ.
You gotta be stopped, man. You gotta be stopped, man.
2-time champ, baby. He know what he was talking about.
But shout out to D-Wade, man. It was a no-brainer that number was going up because
for sure.
He was Mr. Miami. So
the best without a doubt. We were talking about best players for franchises. Can we do we all agree that he is the best Miami Heat player?
They don't call him Mr. Dade County for nothing.
Number 2 was 33, and it ain't no argument about that either.
Who, Zoe?
Yeah.
No, number 2 is LeBron.
No.
For the Heat?
Nah, it's Zoe, man.
Zoe did play long, but see if you go there, Jay, you have to go there for Dwight and Shaq though. If Dwight was there longer, and you get what I'm saying?
No, literally, the Heat was about to go under if Zoe wasn't. That's how they even got Zoe. They got Zoe for what's the white boy? Geiger, Matt Geiger.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
The league needed somebody in Miami for Miami to keep a team, bro.
They ended up giving Tim Hardaway as well and Mashburn.
Yeah,
man, that was a good team.
Yeah, that was a good team. Mike had to go through that squad too. They had Steve Smith that year. So they had Mashburn, Rashawn Leonard, Tim Hardaway. Dan Marley. They had Dan Marley as well. Zoe, PJ Brown. Yeah, they was rocking and rolling. Mike went through them.
Yeah, I think just by sheer years, and then Zoe came back with that new kidney, man. Shout out to kidney transplant people. Yeah, man. Sure. I'm still looking. And if anyone of y'all want to give me a kidney, man, hit me up in the DMs.
Facts.
God bless. God bless that. Godspeed with that, Jay.
Most definitely.
All right, let's move to RG3 and group, man. We about to talk some football a little bit, man. So they got a few.
This is my favorite subject lately.
RG3 and John Gruden got a feud going on, man, and it started from a tweet, right?
Jay Gruden.
John. Oh,
it's Jay. It's Jay. Yeah.
Oh, I got John.
It's the group nobody knows.
Yeah, it's not the one that don't look like Chucky. But if you look at the bottom of the screen of Jay Gruden, it obviously says Jay Gruden right there. Yeah, I guess he tweeted this while he was watching the Philadelphians go down in the blowout fashion. And he said, if I ever put a quarterback through what Philly is putting Jalen Hurts through, I apologize. Pick up the blitz. And RG3 tweeted back at that with that face and said, say what? And so obviously he's talking about, dude.
I think he said it. Say what? Like that right there.
Yeah.
So obviously he's saying, dude, you put me through the same thing. So it went back and forth on Twitter for a while. John Gruden, Jay Gruden, and RG3 going back and forth, giving each other low blows, pause. And then it turned into RG3 addressing it on his podcast.
So if Jay Gruden really wants to talk, I'm not going to cuss the man out. I'm not going to call him outside of his name. But what I am going to do is tell you guys the truth. And the truth of the matter is there was a moment in DC that is vividly remembered. Jay Gruden went to a press conference and he undressed me at that press conference in a way that a coach should never undress his starting quarterback. It was after a game, and I said in the press conference that the best players in the NFL have the guys around them play at an extremely high level. No one is out there doing it on their own. Now, the the media pundits and everyone took that and said RG3 threw his teammates under the bus. And I had to eat that for a long time because Jay didn't back me in the media the next day. He doubled down on it and actually picked me apart in the media. But what people don't know is that the only reason I went to that press conference and said what I said to challenge my teammates through that press conference was because Jay Gruden asked me to do that. What hurt me about that was the fact that after I did that in the press conference, not only did Jay Gruden not have my back, but he actually burned me with it. He came out the next day and burned me in the media. He came out the next day in a meeting in our team meeting room and burned me in front of my own teammates. Took accountability for what I said. He was taken out of context and apologized to my teammates in the front of that team meeting. Now, Jay, knowing that he had asked me to do that and still went to the media and tore me down to the media, even in that room, it's the fact that he has zero self-awareness and zero integrity. Because even though he asked me to do something, he didn't have the balls to have my back.
All right, so real quick, if you remember, this dude came in as a rookie. They traded draft picks to get to move up to draft him. They brought him in for some reason. I think Shanahan might have been a coach. I don't know who the head coach was, but they didn't 100% believe in him. But so taking him number one, they turned around and went 2 or 3 rounds later and took Kirk Cousins. So I don't even understand why they did that. But he had an amazing rookie season. He was playing at a Pro Bowl level. Right. And obviously, he hurt his knee late in the season, and they put him back in a crucial game. I can't remember if it was a playoff game or not. And he put on a knee brace, went out there, and did way more damage to his knee. And that's probably it probably was
not playing today.
Exactly. So with all of that taken into account with this whole Twitter feud and what you just heard, what's y'all thoughts on that?
Man, you know what I hate. You know what I hate to say. I think in that moment he realized he was bamboozled. Run him up.
Led astray.
Led astray. Right.
Hoodwink.
I think in that moment he realized it. But if I was him, I would have called him out like, Coach, this is what you told me to say.
In front of everybody.
In front of everybody, just like he called you out. But you know, he was trying to take the high road, and John Gruden the whole time just threw him under the bus. Jay Gruden threw him under the bus.
The problem is Jay Gruden never wanted RG3 to succeed in Washington. Kurt was the guy he wanted to play from the beginning. And
so who wanted RG3?
Ownership. Dan Snyder.
I think it was Dan Snyder.
That sounds like a Snyder move. I'm gonna pick the guy I want. You can pick the guy you want to, but I'm gonna pick the guy I want.
Yeah, and we're gonna play the guy that I'm paying. You know what I'm saying? So cool. All right. So injuries happen or whatever, and literally the man lost his starting job because he got a concussion in a preseason game.
Right.
Like, so Kirk Cousins won that preseason game and then was named the starter for the rest of the thing. By that time, Jay Gruden already knew he could possibly be on his way out or whatever, so it didn't even matter no more what you're gonna threaten me with.
Right.
So the RG3 experiment has now failed. But yeah, he told him to go out there and say some dumb stuff because he knew that, hey, I'm the coach and you trust me, so I can get you to say whatever. But it was all a part of his master plan because the thing on RG3, even before that, the rumblings and the scuttlebutt was that he was never with the players. He would take the owner's private jet with the owner to arrive at games and things like that. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was pretty much on some Russell Wilson type stuff. Got his own office or whatever. So the players never really was vibing with him anyway. So Jay Gruden was like, man, let's go out there and tell him, man, they ain't playing hard. Everybody else who's elite like you are got the whole team working for you. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
There's the rest of it.
But you know, this is what I got against RG3. If that's not what he really felt or what he really believed, he shouldn't have went out there and said it anyway. Even if that's what he told you to say.
Yeah, young impressionable mind though, Ricky. 20, at
that time, I get it.
What was he, 22,
21? 22, 23, yeah.
I get it, but you gotta, I mean, those are the crucial times us as a culture have to stand on something. You can't just go whichever way the wind blow. That's when it's time to stand up. Hey, dog, I ain't about to say that. If you want to say that, you the coach. You go out there and tell them that. I ain't about to say that. I ain't even vibing with the locker room like that.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Don't hype me up.
Yeah, but I don't even think he knew that he wasn't vibing with the locker room because that was his first experience in a professional locker room. Now, you know, in Baylor, when you the man in college, you ain't got to be with nobody else.
Right, yeah, that's true.
You actually get money under the table people ain't getting. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't vibing with you because of who you are in college.
Right.
Exactly.
Plus, he probably didn't know he was a cornball.
He still don't know it to this day.
But I can hang out with him now. He a little different now than what he was before. I think he done grew out of his awkwardness.
Yeah. I think he was a little socially awkward too. You know, he a military kid.
He is. I forgot about that. Yeah, he is.
He don't know how to be. You know, like he probably moved a lot, had to adapt to his situation a whole bunch of different times. We all of us know what that military life is like.
Right.
You know, and I just seen this post about the cookies and milk. Like, come on, man, that dude.
Yeah, I'm getting a homeschool vibe from him. I'm getting home.
You don't get that Dodea out of him.
I'm getting the homeschool out of it. All right, phone lines is open, man. I know DC Slim want to call on this one, man, because he been saying some stuff in the comments, man. I know you got some thoughts on this, Slim, man. So call in and let me know what you think about this whole topic, man. And whose side you on, man? RG3, Jay Gruden, whatever. I actually think Jay Gruden should just be quiet and take the high road, man. You're a coach. You're at the coaching level. You know, you shouldn't be playing these type of games, man.
Right.
Jay Gruden one step away from calling him a naysayer.
Yeah, he's DC Slim, what's up, big dog? What's your thoughts?
Hey, man, let me tell y'all something first. I used to see this Bama. He used to flow through the city in the Bentley all the time, right? We used to see him in the club on the regular, dog, all right? Cornball with a capital C, you know? All right? I'm talking about, like, it was like a dude coming from, like, Mississippi and winding up in New York and never seen this many chicks in his life. He didn't even know they looked like that. You know what I'm saying? And he got money to blow.
In Chocolate City.
What happened was, yes, dog, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, they for the pickings over this joint. You know what I'm saying? So he got over here and he started boat jangling on that practice. All right. And he started, I know some people, you know, I ain't gonna be all name dropping, but I know some people who do what they do. But he started being hard headed. He was being disobedient. He thought he was smarter than everybody. That's really what happened over there. And John Gruden and Shanahan wasn't having this, man. He said, you know, and Kirk Cousins was actually outplaying him. So, you know, everybody can play the black and white card all they want. RG3 wasn't putting the ball where it was supposed to go. So he had to roll. Plus, not only that, like I say, that nightlife, man, he was killing it, dog. He was doing it way big. Hey, as far as that LeBron thing, I just want to clear this up with y'all. I do hate you, man. Okay.
Hey, Slim, what you say he was doing? He was bojangling.
He was bojangling, right? I just want y'all to know I hate you, man. I'm not saying that I want him to pass away. I don't wish no death in him. You hate him as a person, though. You know, it's okay to do that. And any of y'all will be lying if you say that you don't hate a person. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you know, I think just that dude in particular is just not good for the sport because I just don't think y'all should be even involving his name in some of these comparison topics. Because like y'all was saying, he's actually, if you go do the statistic, he ain't never been the best player on his team. That team when he played in Cleveland, my man Ilgauskas, when he got swept by he was a beast. I'm not saying he was better than LeBron, but I'm saying LeBron is a glorified role player. And what pisses me off and amp me up is when people be trying to slice him up, when they be like, easy, compared to LeBron. You can't compare him to LeBron. I told you can't compare Toyota Camrys to Bentleys, dog. All right? Some cars you can drive for 300,000 miles. Some cars you keep in the garage. Nick Saban just did what everybody's supposed to do. Retire when you get your money. All right? You know what I'm saying? Before that Redskin thing, RG3 tripping, man. All right, you know what I'm saying? I'm still here, man. I'm listening, man. Y'all be easy.
All right, thanks,
BC. Appreciate it, Slim.
All right.
Soundbite Slim.
Hey, man. Hey,
you gotta put that
out to
Bojangles
Slim,
in the
bro.
soundbite.
Bojangling, man.
Hey, you gotta put that. You gotta put that. And I just hate LeBron. I hate your man. You gotta.
He hates man. He kept it real.
At least he said it though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he was honest. He was honest.
at least
He said he wasn't ashamed of it. He's like, I hate your man. Yeah, I do.
All right, let's take 2 more calls before we move on, man.
Yeah,
that's funny, man.
Man.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate it, man. Hey, look, I love it the way you honest about it, man. Can't be mad at you at all. But RG3 was Bojangling. That's coming from a person that was in the Chocolate City. That's interesting, man. I wonder was he not studying his playbook and watching film like
that's a good question. That's a good. All right, that's Jamarcus.
I thought he was about to say Manziel. That was...
Manziel used his playbook as a
yeah, he used it as a surface his extracurricular.
You know when the table is off center.
Manziel was just showing up to the game and shit. He was just Manziel just showed up to the game like
how you just show up to an NFL game and you the quarterback,
bro? Man, they
showed up.
Bro, they made a rule. They made a rule. They had to give him a tablet that was they could see if he logged in or not. To see if he was watching tape. That man was not watching film, bro. Like
that man was in the huddle. His center was calling plays, boy.
and he asked the receiver, "What that mean?"
He was like,
"Hey, what's a 9? What's a 9? What that mean?"
Let me just run around with the football and see if something happened.
He thought he was gonna be able to do that because he did it in college and high school. He thought he was gonna do it in the pros.
I still think that documentary is probably one of the craziest things I've seen.
It's hilarious.
Well, as far as sports or in general?
As far as sports.
Okay,
as far as
sports.
Hey, Mel, on a serious note though, that just goes to show like what happens when you graduate to the NFL, how different the game is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you just happy on like the hypeness of the game, if you just out there playing because your name's ringing or whatever, and you just like throwing around the ball and playing or whatever. And then when you get to that next level, that NFL level, that shows who got the heart to play the game.
Yeah.
That's what separates the men from the boys, because it's a different thing when you got to get up and that's your job and that's what you do. It's your job to go work out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Jay.
And get sleep and drink water and study.
Right. Study to play.
I was petting underdog fantasy dog. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, it's a totally different thing when you got to get up and do that thing for real. And yeah, we done gave you your money. Now you got to come out here. You got to show up to practice. You got to read your playbook. You got to watch film. Now it's a job. And if you ain't really built like that, you're going to fold under all that pressure.
Get exposed.
And you got to get up from a really nice house with a really big bedroom and a really big bed and drive a Bentley to go work out and practice and do prison work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like work in the house. Like that's like, that's like your mind has to be somewhere else to still be working that hard.
Right.
Where you see all that success around you.
But you'll be surprised how many professional athletes have said that it wasn't fun no more. Like it stopped being fun when they crossed over to the pros.
Yeah. And I totally get it. I'm just saying, but I think if you're able to still, because part of discipline is doing things that we don't want to do, but we still got to do them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of discipline. So that guy that know he don't want to get up out of that Tempur-Pedic and go out there and go work out. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Dak Prescott.
Exactly. Just like that. Hey, man, look, when all that pressure coming on you, hey, look, we just paid you X amount of millions of dollars, bro. You better go out there and throw this ball.
Pretty much.
You better go study this playbook.
So I wonder how much was it of just RG3 not being able to acclimate to the pro level, or was it more Dan Snyder telling him, hey, listen, do what I tell you to do. Don't worry about the coach. I got him.
Man, that was a whole bunch of nonsense out there.
I think it could have been some of that.
I mean, where's Jay Gruden been since then?
Exactly.
Good point.
So I'm pretty sure
deleting emails between him and his racist brother. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
I want to know how much
RG3 went and backed up Lamar Jackson and looked daggone good. He looked good in Cleveland as well. It's just he got some bad breaks, man. But he grew up and he was studying. It was just you don't get a lot of rope. A lot of rope when you're a black quarterback.
It's virtually impossible to go from the man back to a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The problem is nobody checked RG3 at all at Baylor. You know what I mean? And
he was the guy.
Yeah. So let that be a lesson, man.
And he's awkward.
He is that.
He's awkward. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of the quarterback he backed up, which was Lamar Jackson. Let's go ahead and get into our picks, and then we can end the show, man. First of all, my picks last week was trash, bro. I got all of them wrong except one. I think I got all of them wrong except the Bills. It's pretty bad.
Congratulations.
What was the major one that you got wrong, Mel?
All of them.
Very political. Very political.
Y'all already knew who I was picking.
Very political. Very political. I like that. I like that. I like that.
This is a hard pick right here between C.J. Stroud, the Texans defense, and Baltimore and their defense. And
that ain't no hard pick.
It's a hard pick, bro.
That's an easy pick. You know the Ravens gonna run through goddamn Texans.
I hope they do, but I don't know that.
I think they will, but I don't know that they will.
Hey, I'm telling you, if I see something different, you got it recorded on now. You got me, but I'm telling you right now, I don't see the Texans. I don't see the Texans beating the Ravens.
I don't either.
They had a good run. They had a good season. It was all good. Hey, what's my man CJ Stroud? Looks like he's off to a great start, but he gonna do it over next year because the end road ends here.
I'm picking the upset.
Wow.
You know
I
what?
really don't want to put that bad energy in
Now,
that
I want to
atmosphere.
see it. I want to see the upset. Don't get me wrong, because
I don't want to see it.
I'd rather play the Texans
at home.
At home. I play the Texans at the crib. That's cool. But
until Lamar Jackson shows me something different in the playoffs, which he has the chance to show this week, I'm going to take Houston.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I can't do that. I just I'm picking like I got money on it.
And no lie, and no lie, I'm picking Houston is a hard pick because I want that AFC Championship game to be in Arrowhead.
Yeah, it'll be in Arrowhead. They don't gotta worry about it.
I'm gonna put it to you this way: any given Sunday, give me Houston.
What? What?
Give me Houston.
Okay. Okay.
Give me Houston.
Hey, I just want everybody. Hey, so if the shit is a blowout, I just want to. We got all this shit recorded.
hey, man, and I'll even make it sweeter for you. I'll even make it sweeter for you. Give me Houston by at least 7.
Hey, wow. I want to see that. Hey, Zoe was on the fishing line, but he came back in on shore.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. He real.
I want to see him win.
I want to see him win. I would love to see Houston win. I just don't think it's gonna happen. Lamar and them playing their best football going into it. Now, I will say they've been off for a week, but they've been playing their best 2 weeks.
Three, because the starters didn't play in the last game.
That's right.
They didn't. Y'all ready for the storyline?
What is it?
Goes on the road. Mahomes goes on the road twice and takes the Chiefs to the Super Bowl.
Mahomes goes on the road. Matter of fact, we're gonna get into that later. That
goes on the road twice.
Houston.
I'm picking the Ravens. I'm not gonna pick against Lamar, and they got Devin Duvernay coming back, so he has another weapon at his disposal. So,
not Duvernay. They got Parker.
They got Parker. They got Parker.
You know what? That's a good point right there, Gannibal 21st. Odell Beckham. This is an Odell Beckham game for sure. And I hope that's true, because I don't want the Ravens to go out like this, man, because all the Lamar slander is going to start, and I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I want to see
That's true. That's true. Hey, you know what? I'm changing my pick, man. I'm changing.
You changing the Ravens just for good energy?
Nah, yeah, because I don't want them to crucify that black man, yo.
I'm with you, Jay. I'm changing my pick to the Ravens for good energy. I'm not putting that energy in the atmosphere.
Yeah,
that's more of a logical pick too, ain't it?
any given Sunday, I'm taking
Chiefs
Houston by
lose to the
7.
Bills.
Hey, Brown, Gary Brown. No, that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
I'm about to introduce him
I
to
know
the
what
show.
you wanted to say. But stop. Yeah, you did good. You did good.
So I'm the only one sitting on Houston now.
I read that wrong. I read this too fast. I thought that said I'm taking the black church at first, and I'm never taking the black church.
Hey, you know what? I ain't gonna flip flop no more. I ain't gonna flip flop no more, yo.
You back to Houston?
Hey, the black coach.
Yes, sir. Right. Come on back.
Come on back. The rookie coach. If he doesn't win Coach of the Year, something's wrong.
Hey, y'all gonna learn about betting on black. Y'all gonna learn about betting on black.
Hey, Houston will hire a black coach and fire him at the end of the week.
Every black on business I go to, and he never got what I want.
Hey, if Houston win, I can guarantee you Bun B giving out Trill burgers for free.
Oh, facts. If they lose, they might fire their coach and trade their quarterback like they did with Deshaun Watson.
And you know Houston will fire a black coach at the end of the day. They hire him on Monday and fire him on Tuesday.
But yeah, I got Houston on this one, brother.
Yeah, give me Houston, yo. I'm going with the Ravens.
I'm going with the Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens.
Ravens too.
Yeah. Bills, Chiefs.
Chiefs in one.
Yeah, I know. Chiefs, baby.
Chiefs by 10.
Give me the Chiefs, but it'd be so sweet to see Taylor Swift go to the crib. I don't want to see her at the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs, but
first of all, she's a megastar. She's gonna be there whether the Chiefs there or not.
Oh, is she performing halftime?
No, it's Usher.
No,
Usher.
Usher.
Yeah,
probably bring out there.
Jay-Z got us all black entertainers for the down.
With all that mustard that Usher gonna do, you need some mayonnaise.
Ooh,
I ain't going. I'm not going there. I ain't going there. You about to make me have to blank that out.
Listen, that was close.
So we got Jay and Eric, of course, going Chiefs. Mel, you said Chiefs?
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs.
So who you got?
I'm going Chiefs. I don't believe in Josh Allen.
Any given Sunday, Bills by 3 in overtime.
That ain't usually how upsets work in the NFL. Like I ain't never seen an upset weekend. Everybody is the upset, but you know.
Well, it was a few. This past week.
Chris season has come to an end, and he can only hope. You know what I mean? That the Chiefs lose too.
We gonna get into that.
The problem with Buffalo. Listen, I'm a realist, right?
Buffalo is not the underdog, by the way.
No, they're not. But listen, that stadium is not gonna fix you not having any healthy linebackers. That stadium is not going to fix the fact that you beat us by 3 at Arrowhead without Pacheco. You beat us by 3 at Arrowhead because Tony don't know where to line up. Well, guess what? The best place for Tony to line up is over there right beside Andy Reid, and that's where he'll be.
But also, the Bill Stadium don't do nothing. It don't automatically mean that your receivers got hands either.
Oh, listen. Hey, give me Rice. Hey, Chris, you can keep the meat paws. Give me Rice.
Right.
Hey.
Rice ran all over the field last week.
Yeah, after a couple drops too. Rice dropped him last week too.
You know what? This might be a Pacheco who be running like a bad kid game.
Right.
Hey, that man definitely run like he on punishment.
Hey, like DC say, hey, don't sleep on that defense.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it might be a running back game for both teams. Honestly, they might have to let James.
Look at this comment right here. Why Kelsey looking like a militia guy with Taylor Swift, but had swag when he was with the sisters? Just for that, go Bills.
They're both depressed.
Hey, listen. That's almost enough to make me say them 2 words that you said at the end. But I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Lions Bucks, man. I gotta go Lions on that, man. I can't believe the Eagles couldn't take care of the freaking Bucks, man, and giving the Lions an easy path. But I'm going Lions here.
I'm not a liar at all, and I told y'all I will never ever take Baker Mayfield in a big time game. And with that being said, give me Mike Evans and the Bucks.
What about Baker Mayfield Sr.? I think they call him Jared Goff. Ain't it the same person?
What? Wow. So I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it a lot.
Light.
I love it a lot. I love it a lot.
Okay, so you call Jared Goff Smith like
what you call him, Alex Smith like?
Zoe, they don't learn
crazy, yo.
They don't learn their lessons, though. They don't learn their lessons, though.
Hey, that's not me, yo. That's all Mel.
They don't learn their lesson, but it's okay.
Hey,
It's okay.
I got Detroit. I got Detroit by 10.
That's your real pick?
Yeah, Detroit by 10, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all already know what it is for me.
Hey, my boy J-Mo go get in the end zone twice this week.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you though. My only question is the only reason I'm picking the Bucks is because that secondary, that line.
Yeah, secondary, you're
suspect.
So let me. You ain't gotta change the answer. I'm gonna let you in on a little insider tip. You know what I'm saying? I know something, right? So when we play, obviously regular season is different than postseason, right? Sure enough, right? But just for context, when we played them earlier in the season, we were missing a lot of players, including both David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, also still having this terrible secondary. CJ Gardner was gone, right? And we held Baker Mayfield to his lowest QBR the entire season of 17.2. Now, flash forward, that was in Tampa. Now we're back home. Everybody is healthy. I don't see how we don't blow them out the water.
That sounds like the perfect suit for an upset.
Yeah, but not this time.
And did you see the reporter ask old buddy about the weather conditions?
I think they need to start doing background checks on some of these reporters because that was crazy.
Like, how you a sports reporter and you don't even know
don't know Detroit playing a dome?
Right.
See, they be busy, I guess, man. Part of their job is
anybody can get in.
Yeah, I think 75% of their job has nothing to do with the sport itself. Like 75% of their job is TV, it's television.
Well, you definitely don't have to know now. You ain't got to know now at all.
No, you don't. Not at all.
But yeah, Lions should win that one. Easy.
Lions by 2 tutties and a field goal.
Woo, not that easy.
I don't think it's gonna be that easy, but I do think the Lions come out. They win by 10.
I think it'll be close first half, but I think at some point to put it this way, the final score won't really tell exactly how the game went. I think the first half will be fairly close. Mm-hmm. They'll make some separation, and then by the fourth quarter, when the Bucks are scrambling trying to get something, the Detroit might get a late turnover or a late touchdown, and it might look like they won by 14 or 15, but it'll be closer than that.
One score game for most of the game, you say.
So like the opposite of the Green Bay Dallas game. It was
correct.
They blew them out in the beginning, and then garbage time they made it look closer than what it was.
Correct.
But so the opposite. Got you.
Yeah. All right. Here's the big one. Now this is where the upset gonna come from. I'm taking Love in the Packs.
I'm not.
Well, if Love and the Pack win, they'll be the only NFC North team in the NFC Finals. If Green Bay wins, then Detroit will lose, but Green Bay's not going to win because Detroit's going to win, and San Francisco by I think that final score is going to be like 31-10.
No, Love in the club. Yeah, Love in the club.
Hey, Valentine's Day comes early, man. Green Bay and the upset.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the 49ers.
Hey, Chris, you picked like every upset possible except for Detroit.
Yeah, I know.
This
The
is
Bills
you know
ain't an
what?
upset though. The Bills ain't an upset.
This is the team that Aaron Rodgers could never
I'd
get
be
past.
upset.
You know, he won MVP. I think he won MVP twice and then got put out by the 49ers in the conference final.
He did.
Imagine the conversation if Jordan Love does it.
That conversation gonna be crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it will be crazy. Too bad he's not going to do it.
Right.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen against this. Listen, I have my problems with Kyle Shanahan. But one thing I cannot say is that he's not a good play caller in games before the Super Bowl and at halftime. So I just think that those young linebackers are going to have some real growing up to do on the defense side of the ball. I think Love is going to compete because we've seen what good quarterbacks look like, and he looked like a good quarterback. But I just think offensively with Kittle, Samuel, CMC, Ayuk,
yeah,
it's
too
just
much.
It's too much for those. Them young linebackers got to guard, man. They got to guard these dudes for 4 quarters, and I just don't think they'll be able to.
And not only that, if San Francisco gets up quick, I don't see Love playing from behind well. Pause.
Gets up quick, playing from behind well. That was crazy. But
yeah.
Right.
Hey, real quick, one of them, you know, funny, quirky NFL stats. No team has lost to Kirk Cousins and played in the Super Bowl in the same year.
Yeah, that's
the Niners.
funny.
The Niners lost to the Vikings and Kirk Cousins 22-17.
I remember.
You know who didn't lose?
Who has that stat?
I seen it on Facebook. I was like, yeah, that's fine.
That's a LeBron stat.
Hey, you know what's crazy? It was crazy when we lost to Green Bay on Thanksgiving. They pulled the same thing. They was like, every time we lose on Thanksgiving, the moon is in a certain phase, and that moon was in a certain phase, and we lost on Thanksgiving.
Right.
So it's just that
what is
stats,
that
man.
phase? If the Lions lose on Thanksgiving, what's that phase in the air?
No, it was like waxing crescent moon or something, or waxing gibbous or something like that. One of them damn moon joints.
Time the moon is in the sky, the Lions lose on Thanksgiving. That's what Jay saying right now.
So, but yeah, I think that's funny. I think that's funny, man. Because you know who didn't lose to Kirk Cousins this year? The Lions.
Detroit.
The Lions.
You know who else didn't lose to Kirk Cousins this year? Contract
Kansas
negotiations.
City.
Contract negotiations. That man got paid a lot of money to be hurt.
Right.
Yeah, he probably going to get another deal. I don't know if it's going to be there, but
hey, listen. Kirk Cousins need to either be in Denver or Pittsburgh next year.
Yeah, definitely Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh will be good.
Pittsburgh will be hot.
Both of their problems.
Dang.
But do you? No, y'all getting Justin Fields. Don't even worry about that. But if Kirk Cousins goes to Pittsburgh, do you take Justin Jefferson with you?
Hey, real quick, we got a call on the line. Gary from Sports Case. What's going on, brother?
Gary.
Hey,
my man.
It's been a long time.
I know, man. Yeah, what's up?
Welcome back, man.
Hey, I just want to talk a little football with y'all, man. I hear y'all talking and stuff. I see them Chiefs, those Chiefs, 2 guys up there, the Chiefs and all. You know, I understand how you feel, but I just feel that Chiefs' reign is over. I really do.
You might be right, man. I thought they would lose in the first round, to be honest with you.
Well, I figured they would win because they were at home, and Miami is not a cold weather team, never has been. But my thing is that they're going to Buffalo this time. They've been knocking Buffalo out for the longest and beating them and stuff. It's time that Buffalo gets back. And I don't think I'm looking at, everybody talking about the technical stuff, linebackers, all this stuff. It's not about linebackers. It's not about nothing. It's about heart. This game's going to be about heart. And whoever has the most heart will win this game. And I think Buffalo is on a mission to win. They're hot right now. They're very hot. They're playing. Hey, we're not losing.
Gary, if that's the case, I'm so glad 1-5 is on my team.
Exactly.
I
And
give you
all
that.
about heart,
I
I'm so
give you
glad
that.
1-5 is on my team.
The devil underestimated him.
Hey, Garrett, I'm gonna tell you like this: if I gotta go to war, I'm gonna take that AR-15 with me. I'm gonna take that.
Chiefs fans are crazy.
Yeah, it's cheesy too. It's cheesy too. I didn't even order extra cheese.
Crazy.
But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. It's just like the 6-Day War. All the odds was against Israel, and bam, what happened? All the odds against them. The same thing. I'm not saying all that right now. I'm just saying when the odds are against you, I always say heart just wins over a lot of things sometimes. And I just think that it's just time. It's time for Buffalo. And I'm going to say this about the Packers, too. There could possibly be an upset. I really believe that.
Wow.
The thing, what I'm liking the idea is that, and I'm going to say this because I listen to some sports radio and stuff, and it's been personal with a lot of these guys that have talked about love. It's not about, we're just talking. We don't think he's a good quarterback and all this. He'll have time to grow. No, it's been personal. Here, this kid comes in the league. They didn't want it. Number one, everybody said, the Packers should have got it. I said it was a good draft pick when they picked it. I thought it was a great draft pick. And you got to ask permission from Rodgers to draft this guy. Man, you're an employee, as far as I'm concerned. And he should know of anybody because he sat behind Brett Favre, and Brett Favre pulled the same crap.
Facts.
But to make a long story short, though, is Love has come in. He's beat his first year starting record. He's beat it. Took his team to the playoffs. They playing in the second round of the playoffs, which something Rodgers never did. And everybody talking about, Rodgers this and Rodgers that. Okay, here this guy is now. He's playing good. And that's all he needed was somebody to continue to believe in him. And I believe the Packer organization showed that when they drafted him. And they always believed in him. They knew what they had. People can say what they want to say. These NFL franchise, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of they know when a player's time is up. They know when it's close. They know stuff we don't know. And that's really all I'll say about the Love thing. I wish him the best. I've got Detroit and I got Buffalo in the Super Bowl. I love to see the Ravens go because I love Lamar Jackson. I can't wait. I want to see him go because I want to see his critics quieten as well. Because everybody said he can't do it. All he do is run. Well, look, he showed that he's a great quarterback. Okay, he used to run. Now he can kill you with his arm. So arm and leg, he kills you. And I'll take it off there with that.
I appreciate it, brother. Thanks for calling.
Appreciate it, Gary.
Look at all this gear up here from Sports Cave right here, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Chris almost shared it too when he said he had Detroit in the Super Bowl.
Did he change anybody's mind on Green Bay?
Green Bay's not gonna hold up on that defense, bro.
Nah, they can't. I just don't think they got enough.
I think Green Bay, if they jump out, I think whoever starts the game off early will have the advantage because San Francisco don't play well from behind either. Pause. But yeah. But I still think 49ers will win. And I think unless Buffalo is bringing Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, and Bruce Smith,
you ain't here, man. OJ Simpson's in the house. His over.
The juice is definitely loose, man.
Right.
Well, shoot, man. That's
hide his mom.
Is that everybody?
yeah. That's everybody, man. It's gonna be a good weekend for sure, man. I can't wait, man. I'm about to go watch some basketball right now. Appreciate everybody for sticking with us, man. Hey, all the members, man. Shout out to y'all again. Everybody who gave us super chat, appreciate all that, man. Don't forget, Underdog Fantasy, man. You can still use our promo code Man Down Sports and play Underdog Fantasy and win some money. You go get 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. The promo code for Manscaped is still there. If y'all want to go get Manscaped products, the promo code for that is Man Down. So you can go to manscaped.com and get you some good stuff there. And we'll catch y'all on the next episode, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Peace.
Peace.
Underdog Fantasy is the best place to play fantasy sports. I want to tell you about the easiest way to get in on some NBA action with Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just find your favorite player or any player for that matter, pick higher or lower on that player's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in one night. Pick between 2 or 5 players to fill your pick'em entry. Get every pick right, and you can net yourself some serious cash. Use the promo code ManDownSports, and you can get your deposit doubled up to $100. You got to check on the map to make sure your state is eligible to play Underdog Fantasy. But as soon as you do, and if your state is, go ahead and download Underdog Fantasy's app. Use the promo code ManDownSports, and you can, like I said, you can get that $100 match on your first deposit. And I would want to thank Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring Man Down Sports. And we are brought to you by Manscaped, man. Support Man Down Sports. And it's brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming. Their products and precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's performance package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. So join over 8 million men worldwide. That's 16 million balls, right? 16 million balls worldwide, man. Balls, dog. Exactly, and they trust exactly. They trust Manscaped with the and you can get it with an exclusive offer just for Man Down followers. You get 20% off, and you get free worldwide shipping with the code Man Down at manscaped.com. Right, so don't forget, man. That's 8 million men worldwide, 16 million balls, man. So,
2 of those 16 million is mine.
And 2 of them is mine. Hey, I definitely been working with him, man. But yeah, man. So my package is finally here, man. It's a game changer for sure, man. I got that 4.0, right? It comes with that lawnmower 4.0, right? Real nice. You said like, come on, right? Kind of quiet, real precision tool. It's waterproof. This is gonna work good, man. You can groom yourself in the shower, man. All that good stuff. It also came with this trimmer, right? And this is for your nose and your nose hairs and all that stuff. It came, and we call this the weed whacker. You can use it for your ears, your nose, or whatever. Then it came with that crop preserver ball deodorant. Now this is what you need right here, Chris, right here. Because I know, like during the day you need that touch up. You know what I mean? You need that little touch up and or whatnot, man. And then the crop reviver as well. All this stuff is good, man. It come with boxer briefs. Came with a nice little leather bag, man, to keep everything in. Right? You know what I'm saying? So we rocking and rolling over here, man. And last thing I say, man, just from a personal experience, man. Like I don't talk about balls often, right? I really don't. All right? So when I do talk about balls, I'm not talking about the fuzzy ones, right? This is too hairy for me, right? I like a smooth ball, right? I'm talking about smooth, right? Nothing on it, no peach fuzz, no lint, none of that stuff, man. And it's going to give you that proper release, rotation, and splash. I promise you ain't getting no release with no fuzzy balls, right? So if you want your girl or your significant other to go down on your little mans, use the promo code ManDown at manscaped.com and get you this 4.0, baby. All right. Now,
hey, cut the check.
Cut the check.
Cut the check.
Don't forget, man, 20% off, man. Go right now, man. 20% off.
Hey, 20% off is a crazy deal for Manscaped, too. They got great products. That's a deal.
Hey, how many times you rehearsed that, dog?
It one take hold, baby.
Rehearse? What's that?
Practice? You want to talk about practice?
One take hold, man.
You want to talk about practice?
Hey, come on, man. Let's get with this show. Man on one right now, dog. He on one right now, dog. He feeling himself.